When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Welcome to the Papa South and Mushy Peasy Peas podcast with your host.
Papa South.
And Mushy Peasy Peas. Good morning.
Good evening.
Wherever you may be coming from.
And wherever you may be going to.
We wish you safe journeys.
And safe passage.
And welcome you
to the Papa South
and Mushy Peasy Peas podcast. It's easy peasy, mushy peasy.
Now let's take things south.
And get this podcast rolling.
All right. Welcome to the Papa South and Mushy Peasy Peas podcast. We'd like to welcome aboard our newest Studio South member, Mushy Peasy Peas. How you doing today, Mushy?
Just fine. How's things with you, Papa South?
North of the border, things are okay. Things are getting cold, and today we got a little bit of a spooky ooky show for you. We're going to be doing our top 10 countdowns of our favorite Halloween and Halloween movies and specials. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Mushy Peasy Peas, and how you came about joining the Studio South.
I am Generation X. That's good. And I live in North Carolina. So it's been cold and rainy and nasty.
So what's the temperatures down there in Fahrenheit?
Well, everybody's going to be, well, that's not cold. But, you know, when you go from 80 to 55, it's cold.
55's got a bit of a chill to it. Yeah, absolutely. So you're in the Carolinas.
Yes, but, you know, if you say that I'm in South Carolina, I would beat you up because North Carolina is definitely way different from South Carolina for anybody who knows.
Do you know what? I stream with a couple of boys from the Carolinas on the Neon Tardis podcast, and I'm sure they could tell me the differences between the two for sure. But again, we'd like to welcome you aboard, and I think we're going to have a little fun with this today. Oh, welcome to Studio South.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. And yeah, we're going to try to make this a regular thing. Try to have a bit of a retro feeling to the streams that Mushy Peasy Peas and I do together. Yeah, do everything from like the shows that we used to like to watch, products that we like to use. Don't get me wrong, we'll still have some other topics at hand, but trying to give it a little bit of a retro feeling just because both Generation X and got a couple of grays and silvers there. So
yeah, and you and I both have lived lives and we've become fans of things. So there's probably plenty to talk about.
Better believe it. Quick shout out to our producer, podcast Patti. Love you very much, best friend. It's my best friend from Michigan. Love you much, Patti. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate you popping in. And there we go. Dang, you were way early for sure, but we thank you, Opus. Sorry, I said Opus, but Opus for giving us a little
Opus.
There you go. For joining us here today. And of course, like to thank everybody that's popping in, giving us a view. Even if you're catching this on the replay later, it's always appreciated. So yeah, again, today, Halloween Eve. Tomorrow is Devil's Night, and then the big day itself, Halloween on Friday. Holy cow, that came up fast. I guess for you Americans, next thing you got is Thanksgiving. We just passed ours here 2 weeks ago, but
We'd have Veterans Day, the 11th.
That you do. For us, that's for us that's Remembrance Day. But Remembrance Day, Veterans Day, and then then your Thanksgiving. I did have a chance to experience your Thanksgiving with Podcast Patti last year. It's so much better than the Canadian Thanksgiving. I definitely got to give you guys that. Kind of gives you the kickoff to Christmas, and it's just such a different feeling.
Just party central in America when we hit Thanksgiving.
Totally is. You got Macy's Day Parade and all that good stuff. It's I can say hands down way better than Canada's Thanksgiving. And you know what though? I do like to celebrate the American Thanksgiving. It gives me a chance to have 2 turkeys, and nobody says no to turkey. It's absolutely delicious stuff. Got to watch a little bit of Lions Browns last year. I think they play again. I think they're on Netflix this year, so I'll definitely take that. Speaking of Netflix, got a little article, a couple of trailers to watch before we start to get into our top 10s, and we're excited to share those with you. And share screen. Papa South still like an old nail, feeling, or like Judge Wapner's bailiff, feeling a little rusty. Yeah, for those of you of our ilk, you'll definitely understand that.
I laugh at corny jokes, so corny jokes.
Especially if it's Halloween corn, right?
That's right. Candy corn.
There you go. So, a little something coming up on Netflix. I can't say soon, and I can't say when, because
November.
At Discussing Film has posted, Netflix has developed an 8-episode of Famous Last Words, which features interviews with famous celebrities that will only be released after their deaths. So, like I said, Halloween, we're talking scary, we're talking death. I thought that'd kind of be a curious one to kind of share. Let me get your thoughts on that, Mushy. How do you feel about this?
They're going to do a whole show about it?
So the way it works is, like I said, like the article says, right? They have done interviews with celebrities. I'm guessing the celebrities that they have picked are in the later years of their life, probably within and the interviews will not be aired until after they're dead.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of us are interested in things like that. I would probably watch it.
For me, depending on the celebrity, right, I'd watch it. You better believe the estates of said celebrities are probably just absolutely loving this, because I'm sure they're going to be getting a nice healthy check and some royalties to boot. Wish they would have done it this before people like Bob Barker and John Candy passed. I know it's been some years, but always interesting to hear some words from people from beyond the dead. And
as long as Bob Barker didn't say, "Please don't forget to get your pet spayed or neutered," was his last words, I think we'll be good.
Especially if that pet is dead at this point, because that would I don't know. I got a little bit of interest for this. I know Netflix right now, people are kind of a little off and on with it. There's a bit of an Elon Musk movement on it to cancel Netflix. But I'm going to be honest, at the end of the day, they do still got some, despite their flaws in this, they do got them, but they still have a really, really good library, everything from oldies to anime. For us wrestling fans out there, especially those in Canada, is the best deal in town. We get every single wrestling show and pay-per-view on it. So I'll still be watching Netflix. And speaking of which, they should have done one with Hulk Hogan. It'd be interesting to see how unfiltered these interviews are.
Yeah. But, Netflix still has its place, even though they do what they do. I mean, they bring me the Great British Baking Show.
There you go. Right. And that is a great thing, is that they do have a variety of shows from all sorts of places in the world. I know my mom actually likes watching a lot of the foreign films with subtitles, and or if they're dubbed in English, after a while you do get used to them, and you'd be surprised how many of them are better than what we are currently getting on the big screen out here in North America. But yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what the show has to bring. I wish I had another article on which celebrities, but I'm sure they're keeping that pretty tight-lipped for right now. But just thought that would be an interesting little one to share, with Halloween around the corner. And speaking of all sorts of spooky things, for right now, as far as seeing Voices from Beyond the Dead on YouTube, I'm watching some Ripley's Believe It or Not with Jack Palance, and didn't know he had a daughter. She's on some of them shows, but watching a little Sydney, who's it, Porter with Charlie Chan. Great one to check out, everybody. If you're into some 1940s noir detective shows. God rest his soul, reminds me of some of the sayings in it, reminds me of some of the stuff that my dad would have made fun of when I was a kid. So yeah, all sorts of goodies on there. And
my father was into Westerns, so and Star Trek, believe it or not. I probably got my love for Star Trek from him.
I'm going to agree that Pops was in the Star Trek, what he's called James Tiberius Kirk, good old drop kick Kirk. Always trying to finish off somebody with a drop kick. But no, definitely. Hey, here's to the Pops and the fallen parents. I'm so lucky enough to have my mom. So here's a shout out to them on our little Halloween show we're doing today.
Spooky season.
Speaking of spooky, hoping everybody's enjoying that little spinning pumpkin back there that you can hardly see. We tried to find something for this, and hopefully enjoy the new intro that countdown that we made. Had a lot of fun trying to put that together, and again, welcoming Mushy Peasy Peas to the show. With that, got a couple of trailers I want to take a quick look at. I'll pop that off of there, come back to here. It's spooky season, so why not take a look at a couple of spooky trailers. I know you guys are probably used to Papa South and Brass Lantern doing some trailer reviews on the Papa South and Brass Lantern broadcast. And she'll be back with us again. She's got some stuff going on, and don't worry, folks, she'll be back. Our team is always growing, and again, welcoming Mushy Peasy Peas aboard. Hey, it's fun.
You might end up regretting it.
No regrets here. We all go down with the same ship together.
Shh.
So what are we going to look at first today? Oh, do you know what? That one I have to get rid of. Sorry, folks. It's going to be a quick little minute here. There we go. Back to the StreamYard. And it's only got 3 little trailers here to watch. Let's start with a little Welcome to Derry.
Now, have you watched that yet?
I have not watched that yet. Apparently, ratings are pretty good so far. I'll be honest. I have not seen the reboot of It. And the last time I've seen the original It with a good Canadian boy here, Tim Curry, it's been quite some time. Let's take a quick little poke here and see what we can see. Oh, popping. Oh, we got some buffering on this. What's that?
Could be that Canadian internet.
It's probably that Canadian internet, I tell you.
merch, by the way. Will.
With renting a house in town, 8 years living on base, I just think my missus is ready for a little taste of normal.
Well, if normal is what you're after, you two are going to love dairy.
You don't like it much down here, do you, Miss Hannah?
You know, it's hard not to miss the things you leave behind.
We're getting into the swing of it, though. It's starting to feel like home.
Things happen here. We don't really talk about it. No one does.
They never even found a body. But maybe you could figure out what really happened to him.
Could have been a drifter.
Do you think somebody could kidnap a kid and keep him underground? In the sewers?
What happened out there, Helen?
We have 25 disappearances, 7 confirmed deaths, mostly children.
Something bad's coming.
What is that?
Well, Papa
Beep,
South ain't
beep,
gonna lie.
Richie.
I think I hate it. Let's get your preliminary thoughts on the Welcome to Dairy trailer.
Like so many of us, we're saturated in things that we've read or grew up with, and they're making it for the modern audience and sending a message.
Yeah.
That's typical.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be kind of centered around something that's not the book, that's not even the movie, the first one.
That said, it is a prequel.
Yeah. It seemed scary enough. The music sounded good.
Music did sound good.
I don't know. I just love Tim Curry. And I mean, I know it's impossible for him to do the clown anymore, but
I forget the name of the boy playing the clown, but I'm not a big fan of that actor. I'm gonna be honest, looks like Goonies meets X-Files meets something that just, to me, like I said, it's been forever since I've seen the original It, right? So
right.
But this just doesn't feel like it to me. This I do like a time period piece for sure. Again, with we'll call it the signaling
Yeah,
in this trailer.
and for it to be taking place in Maine in the 60s, I don't think it would have had certain storyline to it.
Exactly.
Now, if it took place in the South, yes.
100%.
100%. But I just don't think early 60s Maine is the same as early 60s Alabama. No offense to Alabama, but
no, I feel you on that. And again, it just, I don't know, this whole the military's involved. I don't recall the military being involved in the first one.
Me either.
And like I said, then you got this little Goonies kind of thing going on. I get they got to make things a little more scary for modern time audiences, let's just say, because we expect a little bit more of a pop. But I definitely, I don't know. It didn't have a Stephen King kind of feel to me. No love lost for Stephen King, especially amongst a lot of our watchers and followers, but still, just.
We'll see. I mean, the reviews so far have been decent, but I have not brought myself to watch it. I want to so badly, but do I want to tie myself to it and then be disappointed?
Ain't that the truth? And everybody's time nowadays is limited. Time is precious. So that's like, like you said, what do you really want to invest your time in? And I'll be
Right.
honest, as far as Papa South goes, this is not something where I'm like, for the couple hours I might have after work, in between, maybe a little bit on the weekend, I think there's other things I could be definitely investing my time into that.
Yeah, I'd rather watch the reviews from people that we follow than to
Absolutely.
actually watch it.
I'd like to see the people of how it should have ended and also pitch meeting have their take on this. I believe his name's Ryan George. I'll probably never meet him. I'll probably never even get to interact with him online. I know one of his family members is not well right now, or someone close to him. So we'll send our prayers and best wishes out to him. He's put in a lot of good entertainment with the pitch meetings for everyone over the years. So sending our best out to him. But I would look forward to a bit of a review or pitch meeting, if that's what you want to call it, on that. I'm going to be honest. I've never really been a huge fan of the Stephen King movies. I've always found them to be quite low budget, lackluster. Papa South is his reading level is not the greatest, so I've never really delved into his books or anybody else's books. I was more of a comic book reader. But his movies, Langoliers, you name it, whatever it be, just they never really did it for me. And apparently his new one that he has out with Mark Hamill, no love lost for Mark Hamill.
None. Zero. Zero
Zero.
love.
He we all know he wants them books in Florida to be in the libraries. He's against that bill that they put out. Mark Hamill for that. You get a big fucking thumbs down from Papa South, and you know where you can stick it. Been trying to get blocked by him for years on Twitter, and it's never happened. It's funny, for all the years that I've been on Twitter, and yes, I still call it Twitter. I've been through about 4 or 5 accounts. I've been blocked or taken off for certain things, but anytime I've called Mr. Hamill a bit of a diddler, to be honest, that was the only time I've never been taken off. So probably just a little
Probably
bit
because
of,
it's true.
yeah, probably just a little bit of truth to that. You know, I know the Star Wars and Skywalker fans out there, sorry, suck it up. It's the truth. You're allowed to love Luke Skywalker, but Mark Hamill, you know, that's what you're getting from Papa South. Go, that's scary for Halloween. That's scary enough as
That's
it
pretty
is.
scary right there.
I would be interested in seeing a Star Wars horror movie. I know they did talk about that over the last year or
What,
so.
they've done Star Wars zombies, haven't they?
No, they've done Marvel zombies, but
I know they've done Marvel zombies, but I thought there was some like yeah, there was zombies.
oh, there was
the,
Ahsoka.
yeah,
Yeah. That's right. Sorry, Papa South skipped over Ahsoka. It was two shades of
sorry.
Rosario Dawson and really pudgy Admiral Thrawn, which just didn't work
Yeah,
for me.
Mushy Peasy Peas did not skip it, but would probably skip a season 2.
Yeah, I might hate watch season 2, but do you know what though? Speaking of spooky things, is it Ray Stevens was his name, playing Balin Skull? He's been recast for season 2 and bringing back another character from the dead. I just hope they don't kill off his character in the first couple of episodes, just to be like, hey, he's here now, he's not here. But that's neither here or there. We're still a little whiles away. And speaking of deaths, I'm sure Disney Star Wars is gonna die one sometime very, very, very soon.
Well, it's pretty much dead anyway, but they'll keep beating that dead horse.
No doubt about that. But we'll talk about the kink life later. Nobody needs to be beating a dead horse anytime soon. That said,
Scary.
scary stuff. So we'll do like really a not so scary trailer, but Papa South is just trying to find something that had a little something to it for Halloween. Then we will finish off with like a proper Halloweenish kind of horror trailer. But we're gonna look at the last trailer.
Welcome to the most dangerous.
Last trailer for Predator Badlands, and if you want scary, right now the review. Oh boy. If you didn't get to see it, although we weren't able to broadcast it, but we did do a watch along me and Brass Lantern for Predator Killer of Killers. That I will recommend to everybody, probably the best Predator after the original, and that includes part 2 with Danny Glover. I would say Predator 1 with Arnold, Predator Killer of Killers, the animated feature, and then Predator 2 with Danny Glover in the late Bill Paxton. Man, whole lots of deaths going on here for our Halloween show.
Yeah.
This looks like one that can't die soon enough. So let's give a little watch for the last Predator Badlands trailer.
The ways of your kind are ones of violence. Either you are hunted, or you become the hunter.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe, where everything is trying to kill you. Many of your kind have come here. None have survived. You're after a creature that can't be killed.
Yaslan zo ijet, det jet you laichish.
Oh boy. Oh.
Nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel and just how bad it looks, or nightmare fuel as in scary?
I wouldn't say it's, I mean, it's probably going to be, if you saw that on the big screen, you saw that coming at you, it would probably be a little bit scary, but you got to have a story that backs it up.
I'll tell you right now, Papa South, if he was to see that on the big screen, I'd be like 2 minutes in and be like, here's what's wrong with it already. Yeah, this is why people don't watch movies with Papa South. He has a very small tolerance for things that don't make sense. Right off the bat, not gonna lie, Papa South hates this one too. On a planet where everything's trying to kill you, and you have all these animals that are apex predators, they got to eat something, so there's got to be stuff that's just not out there trying to kill you. That's just right off the bat. Have you seen any other trailers for this yet?
No.
Okay, so the blonde girl in this, she's like a android from the Wayland company from Aliens, and you see they're already trying to get back to Aliens versus Predator, which is scary enough. He carries around her half-severed body like a backpack for like half the movie, like Chewbacca carrying around C-3PO.
Yeah.
Yeah. the designs of the monsters, creatures, whatever you want to call them, lackluster for Papa South. It reminds me of every like single Marvel movie, horror movie, sci-fi movie. They all pretty much look the same. Don't like the design of the predators. I know they spent a lot of time trying to come up with this language that will subtitle through half the movie, and that
The language put me in the mind of Gary Oldman's Dracula when he's speaking of the language in the beginning, and it sounded just like that to me.
Good call, except Gary Oldman delivered it better. Stony, quick shout out to you for sure. Thanks for all the good mornings that you always send, and be a longtime supporter of us. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here on the Papa South and Mushy Peasy podcast. I once saw this meme, and I'm sure lots of people have seen it, where it was something like, imagine that you're in a grocery store and you're doing your shopping and you get to the checkout line and you realize that you're Gary Oldman. That's how good of an actor Gary Oldman is. And it's so true. But great point to the Bram Stoker. It was Bram Stoker's Dracula, correct?
Yep.
Oh, we might touch base on that a little bit later, folks.
Possibly.
Again, just not a fan of how the Predators personally look in this one. I know they decided to go with the CG for the faces instead of practical masks. I wish I would have pulled up a picture of it. The only thing that's really, really cool for this movie is the popcorn bucket that you can get, which is in the shape of a Predator mask. Not quite like the Galactus popcorn head bucket, which was just like, dude, it was like those big freaking bags of like pre-made popcorn you can get like at the convenience store, grocery store, whatever it is, and it like literally filled up one of those bags filled up like the Galactus head. But does look like you can get a pretty good bounty, no pun intended, on this Predator popcorn helmet bucket. But I swear to God, that was since Ghostbusters Afterlife came out. That was the name, which Papa South gonna admit, dude. So it came out on my birthday some years back and cried like a baby with the Egon cameo. For anybody who that was a spoiler for, it's your own damn fault for not have seen it at this point. But when that came out, they did the Ecto 1 popcorn bucket. And ever since then, like everybody's been doing like these custom popcorn buckets just as they got to make some type of money back on movies that nobody's going to see right now, including this one. Another thing I hate laser weapons, not to include laser swords, as I think,
or laser bow and laser arrows.
Those I'm not a fan of. Like, love me my lightsabers, but when it comes to like laser bows and arrows, I just
because my brain was like, okay, so he's pulling back on something that is supposed to be a laser. How is it not hurting his hand?
Exactly. Where's that green blood? Unless it's just like, cauterizing his hand as he's doing it. But the least they could have done, give us some smoke, give us some steam. His hand's touching something hot. Have you ever put your hand on the stove or tried to pick a log out of the fire like Papa South has once or twice? I at least want to see some blistering. But I also would have settled on some severed fingers from the laser bow. And I just think it's cheap. It just, when all else fails, give somebody a laser weapon.
But hey, it could be a big blockbuster. Someone has to be hopeful here.
Yeah, somebody does got to be hopeful.
It's not really me. I'm just saying that. I mean, because there's somebody out there going to go see it, but I can't see around here. Ticket prices are like, just to go, normal hours, $10 to $15 a pop, and I mean, I'm not buying popcorn because it's more than the ticket.
Yeah, that's with the exchange rate. That's about right for us. Like for, let's say, 2 people to go to the theater, popcorn and a soda each, you're looking at the American dollar. You're still looking at $50. Like
it's not worth it, especially when it's going to be on stream in a few weeks.
Also, it loses.
And you already have services that you can see it on.
Absolutely. Papa South is probably going to be watching it next week on one of the ones he knows about. Also, it's from the director of Prey. I know there's a lot of Predator fans out there who would just, oh, Prey was the best. Papa South, his one and only video that ever hit over 1,000 views. And then a couple of hours at that. That's like one thing I'm really, really proud of was my Predator Prey review. I'm sorry, the movie was garbage. And the director, I know you guys are all going to say, but didn't he do Killer of Killers? Yes, he did. But that was different. It was animated. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with Predator Prey, and I'm sure not to be impressed with Predator Badlands. I would have settled it for it to be a prequel to The Nanny, and they could have called it Predator Bad Friends.
That's awful.
And for any of you guys that are a fan of Fran Dresser, real quickly, if you watch Cadillac Man, you get seconds worth of Fran Dresser boob in that. So that was well worth the price of admission. To you, Miss Dresser, the former leader of the Actors Guild thing there. Sorry, Papa said he's a wet as whistle. Now it's Sean Astin, I believe, and
yeah, but is he any better? Probably not.
I'm thinking probably not. And let's face it, you guys are all going to be replaced by AI soon enough. So Papa South and Script Trooper touched on this the other week. I touched on it on the Neon Tardis show. Don't worry, you actors. Nothing to worry about. My favorite actor in the world, Crispin Glover. You'll probably most of you will know him as George McFly, Marty's dad in Back to the Future. I've touched base on this so many times. I just love Crispin Glover. Back in Back to the Future 2, he decided that he didn't want to go and do the movie. So the actor that they used, they put prosthetics and stuff on them to give him like the likeness of Crispin Glover. He took the guild to court, said, hey, you're using my likeness. I'm getting paid for this. He won. So that set precedent. So you guys have nothing to worry about. If they're using your likeness, you're getting paid. Fair enough. All right. So, hey, Crispin Glover, check out his library. I do know what? More than a couple summers ago, man, we're probably talking about like 8 years ago. Papa South was a little bit unemployed for a while, so he did the whole Crispin Glover library. And
he's in a lot of Netflix movies.
That he is. He's in a ton of old
and
stuff.
Spooky movies, nonetheless.
This is true. If you get a chance
Most
to see
recently, the Fall of the House of Usher. He was in that.
Ooh, the House of Usher. That guy hasn't had a hit in years, so that has to be scary. Yeah, okay.
I think he was in it. Or I might be having him confused with the kid from E.T.
Oh, me and the Resonator, who's the guy who does our music for us. His links are in the description below. Same with the rest of the team. Mushy Peasy Peas, Podcast Patti, Technotions, Neon Tardis, Brass Lantern. All their links are in the descriptions below. And Resonator has a new album out. Otherworldly links are in the description, so make sure you check that out. Appreciate the music he does for us. Going to do one more trailer here before we start getting into our top 10s and such. And this one definitely has a Halloween-y feel. This one I'm excited about. I don't think it's out yet on Netflix. I know there's been some early views of it, like red carpet stuff and that. But
I think it comes out if it's what I think you're talking about, it's November 7th. I think is the release date. But they're talking like they might release it on more screens, being it's been so well received.
And Netflix did just come up with a deal with AMC, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be starting to see their movies, and now that means they'll also be able to be nominated for Oscars. So watch out, big studios. Netflix is coming your way. Let's give this a go.
Kenstein. My maker told his tale. And I will tell you mine. remember pieces. Memories of different men. Then I saw it. Your name. Victor Frankenstein. My creator. I demand a single grace from you. If you are not to award me love, then I will indulge in rage. Now, run.
Yes. Yes.
Papa South approves of this one. This looks fabulous. Guatemala del Hura. Sorry, that's the best I can get on his name. He does make some fabulous films. Shape of Water was fantastic. Pan's Labyrinth was fantastic. This just looks like some beautiful Victorian age delight to be seen. So, initial thoughts on the trailer?
I'm gonna see it, but not in the movie theater. I guess really it would probably be fully realized on the bigger screen. But again, can't see putting that kind of money into a movie.
Are you gonna at least turn off the lights when you watch it? Big bowl of popcorn or whatever.
Yep, don't have to worry about anybody talking to me.
There you go.
Oh, what's getting ready to happen? I'm like, you don't know the story of Frankenstein? Well, who's Frankenstein? I'm like, not the monster. Yeah, it would be, I'm good. I'll wait till it comes out.
Again, definitely think this looks beautiful. Love Oscar Isaac. For all you people who hated the Moon Knight series, that was one of the two best.
I loved it.
Yeah,
by the
agreed.
way.
One of the best two things that Marvel has put out in a long time. That and Werewolf by Night, just two shining examples of what can happen with a little imagination. Oscar
in black and white, it was the best.
Oh, so good. And the only thing that was colored were little red stones. That was yeah, and that kind of had that old kind of campy kind of
yes,
feeling.
I thought I was the only one who actually watched it.
You know what? It's such a beautiful movie. And again, Moon Knight was just another treat where they decided to do a little different. And, I think a lot of people were like, well, it didn't follow the formula, and that's what made it so great. And let me try to think. Nativity Story, also another great one with Oscar Isaac as well. He's just a really, really talented actor. And I think he's a really good fit for this movie. He can pull off any role. Mia Goth. Go ahead.
Let me interrupt you for just a second. This movie that he's been trying to make like forever, okay? At first, he was interested in casting Benedict Cumberbatch as the monster. I can't even imagine that. Yes. That was back in 2013.
Wow.
So this movie has been in his head for quite some time.
Oh, sorry, real quickly. A little shout out to Miss Rose Cameron, an old co-worker of Papa South, but has grown to be a really, really good friend, her and her family. Appreciate all the friendship, all the support, and just appreciate you giving us a join in here today. And I'll be popping by Saturday to see everybody there, to say hello. So thanks for popping in, Rosie. Much appreciated. You are an honorary member of Studio South. So thanks for popping in, Rosie. So you're saying 2013 they've been trying to do this since?
Yes, it looks like it has been in his brain. It looks like he stated that production on Frankenstein was not likely to begin for at least 4 years, and that was in 2009.
Wow. That
Yes.
is some
So he
time.
originally, like way back then, he wanted Doug Jones. And he's done lots of monsters. He was in Star Trek Discovery, but it doesn't matter about that. But he's been like a monster player for a long time. And he would have been great. But I think this
Discovery
dude
guy?
they've got now. You what?
The guy from Discovery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
He was his original dude. Then he wanted to do have Benedict Cumberbatch do it, but
I'm
this
so
guy that
glad
they
they did.
have, this dude is naturally 6'5".
That's a big
You don't.
boy.
Yes, he's only like 28, and so evidently he's like some hot guy or whatever. I've not really seen him in a lot of things, so I don't really have an opinion on the actor. But how hard is it to play the monster?
I was about to say, how hard, would it be to pull off some
Especially being
Franken?
he's wearing a mask most of the
This
time.
is true. I'm sure he'll be just fine. So I guess here's a question for you, because over the years we've had some attempts at restoring the quote unquote the monsterverse. Do you think if this is successful enough that Guatemala del Toro will try to restore the monsterverse himself? Because I think if anybody could do it. I'd like to see his take on a mummy. As far as creature from the Black Lagoon, we kind of got it with the Shape of Water, so to speak. And I'm not even saying a monster verse like where they got to be connected and they all join up like the Avengers or something, but just like to have a
It'd be the
series of
Monster
movies.
Squad. It'd be the
There you
Monster
go.
Squad.
Wolfman has nards.
But every director, I mean, everybody will eventually have a version, because everybody just takes everything and runs with it.
But do you think?
I mean,
do you think he's the right guy to run with it for, let's say, a 10-year stretch of doing just all of them?
I would love to see of his version of any of the monster movies. Sure, Wolfman, Dracula, whatever, Invincible Man. I mean, but do it proper.
Like, you mean with or without Chevy Chase?
Without Chevy Chase. I mean, but it's got to be a good story. That's the whole thing. Or are we?
So here's my question to you. I don't know if you know or not, but because you seem to be pretty well versed on this movie, there's always a difference between, like, you can get the greatest director in the world, and if the story's crap, then the movie's still going to be crap. Do we know if Guatemala del Toro wrote this one?
From what I have seen and read, they stick pretty much to the book. It goes off a little bit, of course, because you can't stick to the book for it to be visually interesting.
Fair enough.
And I've heard a lot of good things about Oscar Isaac being, Dr. Frankenstein. So
fair enough. So pretty much he's just kind of tweaked the story from the original book a little.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Have you read the book?
I've attempted it several times. But, the way, I don't know how to even say this so I don't sound absolutely stupid.
Give her.
It's like reading Shakespeare.
Okay.
You have to have that mindset of things. I mean, it's not written like Shakespeare, but the words. This is gonna sound so dumb. The words are just really wordy.
Okay, but yes, no, it's just like the matter of the literature in it is
Yeah, I mean, because
excessive.
once you see it on the screen, like you've
Yeah,
seen Boris Karloff
I've
play,
seen, I have,
Frankenstein,
I've seen
and
Robert De Niro play him, so
I have not seen that,
you don't
but
want to.
it's like the story, and so you pick up the book, the original way it was written, and you're like, I already know what the monster looks like. I already know
Yeah,
all these things.
it's a tough read to get through.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Well, Papa South, super excited to see this one. I'll be honest, they really should have released it for Halloween, but
Well, they technically did. It's just unless you go see it in the movie theater, if you're privileged enough to have it playing in a movie theater near you,
fair
then you
enough.
get to see it for Halloween. But around here, and I'm sure a lot of movie theaters, they start today running the Twilight movies at the movie theaters. So
Fair enough.
today is the first Twilight, and then it ends this weekend. It goes through all of the Twilight movies. I'm like, that's the one you picked.
And let's be honest, this is geared, I guess, more towards the adult watcher, and let's say a good chunk of those adult watchers probably have
The
kids that
smart
they're
and
yeah,
the
but
smart.
they also have kids that they're prepping for Halloween, so their days before and after Halloween are probably taken up with movies that are on Papa Save's top 10
Vampires.
list.
If I had children, I would tell them, rest assured, vampires who do not sparkle. Spoiler alert, people. They do
Spoiler
not
alert.
sparkle.
Well, I definitely have never seen Keanu Reeves or Nicolas Cage sparkle, so but those are vampire
Yeah,
stories for another day.
yeah. But they're still spooky.
They are very spooky, but I'll take a spooky Cage any day, that's for damn sure. So, that being said,
Without further ado,
how do we feel about getting to some of Mushy Peasy Peas and Papa Sauce top 10 favorite movies and or Halloween specials and or things that are just shows that are just kind of spooky that put us in that kind of spooky kind of feeling. Are you up for it, Mushy Peasy Peas?
sure. That's what I'm
All
here
right.
for.
Well, we're gonna make it easy peasy, mushy peasy, right?
Oh my god. That was like so corny.
All right. So these are in no particular order, everybody. So we're just kind of gonna go with whatever pops up first and as I present them. And we're gonna start off with a mushy peasy peas list, and then we'll do a Papa Sauce list and just kind of take it from there. So yeah, I think we're gonna
Okay.
have some fun with this.
Oh god.
Oh, we're gonna have. Do you know what though? Sorry, folks.
What though?
Before we get there, as always, Papa South likes to give a shout out to a couple of local businesses that he knows, people who work hard, people who support the channel. So before we start, are you within 30 miles radius of the Edgerton, Ohio area? Do you got yourself some a storage unit that needs cleaned out? Do you need like a fence taken down? Do you need some scrap removed? If you do, give Reliable Rick Richardson a shout at junkman_4060 at yahoo.com. I know him personally. He works super hard for his family. And it would be a great help to him and his family. Again, you can clear out your scrap, take out a storage unit for you. He really does it all. He does great work. I've seen his personal reviews on Facebook from his customers. Always super happy with him. And
Is he gonna
again,
come in like a wrecking ball for you?
dude, he is going to come in like a wrecking ball and clean the house. Again, his customer reviews are just amazing. They appreciate all the hard work he does. And again, great hard American worker. So if you are within a 30-mile radius of the Edgerton, Ohio area, make sure you send him an email, junk_man4060 at yahoo.com. See his number to reach out to him is there too. That's junk_man4060 at yahoo.com. All right. So that being said, I know Papa South usually does a little like lead out music for this, but his files are all over the place tonight, everybody. Let's get to a little top 10 from the very special Mushy Peasy Peas on her inaugural first show with Studio South. And again, super stoked to have you join us.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Like
I just want to warn people there is nothing in order. And
yeah,
like assholes, we all have opinions.
That's right. So
that's totally backwards, but totally what I meant to say.
There we go. And you know what? From one asshole to another. Let's get this shit done. All right. So first up, you're on.
Alrighty. In no particular order. As you can see, he's popped up The Shining. It's not really in my top 10. Let's say it's an 11. You have good old Jack Nicholson in it. Yes, it is a Stephen King thing. I can't remember if he had a little part in it or not, but it's pretty scary. I just don't even know what to say about it.
Jack is a pretty scary dude for sure. The one thing like I do know about this movie, I've seen it when I was younger, and it's been like many a moons since I've seen it.
Right.
But this is the one. If you are a moon landing conspiracy tinfoil hat person like Papa South, all sorts of hints and clues in this to suggest that Kubrick help fake the moon landing footage. That's like my one big take off of this one. But this one was really iconic for Jack Nicholson. That really, like.
I mean, he was already a big star, but to do a movie like this, I think put him in a different hemisphere.
Altogether, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. If you mention Jack Nicholson to any Generation Xer like the both of us, the two movies that are usually gonna. That's it, right? Here's Johnny. But the two that will always pop up, I think, for most Gen Xers. Don't get me wrong, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was beautiful, but I think for Gen Xers, it's going to be him as the Joker or The Shining.
Yes.
Those are the two people are definitely going to bring up. And
I probably need to revisit this movie, but I don't know. It's pretty scary. And if you think about it, it could apply to today. You know, let's go say we rent an Airbnb out in the middle of nowhere, you know, and it's haunted. And your husband or wife gets possessed by some spirit, and your kid starts running around going, red rum, red rum. I'm like, I think it's time for us to go.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? And I forget the name of the young lady holding the knife there, but I believe
Shelley.
Shelley's,
oh my God.
Yeah, I believe she just passed this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was in Popeye with Robin Williams.
Oh, she was Olive Oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
For any of you who haven't seen Popeye with Robin Williams, definitely one worth seeing. Saw that. I think it was like a double feature. We saw Popeye and Police Academy 2. I think it was at the drive-in when we were younger. But That's neither here or there. But that's so that was like your honorable mention. I know I got, I think, 11 of them here from you.
Yeah.
So that's your honorable mention.
Sure.
Sure, fair enough.
Sure.
Ooh,
It's honorable.
it is honorable
And
for
it's
sure.
pretty gross. I mean, there's a lot of blood and gore and a lot of killing.
And for back in the day, that was pretty hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, all sorts of clues to the fake moon landing that well, we won't get into today. And just wait till I tell you about how the people actually survived the Challenger explosion, and they're not really dead right now. That's a good
They're
one,
in witness
folks.
protection or something, right?
Yeah, no, do you know what? There's I won't get too much into it, but like there's like this group of people that all like are like that pretty much they all have the same name, they all look the same as the people that were on the shuttle, and it's a whole I have to like pull up a video on it for everybody to kind of watch. But trust me, Challenger people still alive. There we go. Next up,
Throw one up there. Let's see what we got. Spin the wheel.
we just spin the wheel, and you got is that
Arsenic and old lace. It's not really. I wouldn't say it's scary,
is
but
it more
it
of a
can be.
thriller? What's it about?
It's a comedy, but it's scary. It used to be. It was a play at one time back in the day. It has Cary Grant in it, obviously.
Obviously.
But it has okay. So the story goes, he's getting married to the girl next door. So he's trying to get everything together, and he was raised by his two kooky aunts. And his kooky aunts, arsenic, okay, is an elderberry wine that she gives these, what back in those times, being this is a 1940 something film, they called them tramps. So they'd come looking for this room, and they'd give them elderberry wine, and their crazy brother thought he was Teddy Roosevelt. So he had a horn, and he'd be charge, and he'd run up the steps to his room or whatever, but he thought he was digging the locks to the Panama Canal in the basement, which that's where they were burying the bodies.
Fair enough.
So Cary Grant's character, he has this brother who is a criminal, and he's mean looking dude. And anybody who has seen these old style movies, they would know these people, they'd be familiar with them. But, like Peter Lorre is in it, the short dude with the weird looking eyes, he's in it. Well, the brother is super tall and mean looking. He comes in, he's got a dead body that he needs to hide.
Sounds so much like my dating life. It's scary.
So Cary Grant's character is freaking out because he wants to put Teddy Roosevelt, his uncle, in an insane asylum. And the cops keep showing up, and everybody's friends because it's a small town, blah, blah, blah.
Kind of like where you're from.
Yes, it's scary in the fact that, okay, we got all these dead bodies. If the cops go down there, my dear aunts who raised me are going to jail for sure. But in the end, it's a happy ending. Everything goes like it should. But I feel like it could be scary to some people. I wouldn't say it's horror.
More suspense?
Yes. Because you're like, is the evil brother going to kill everybody?
Fair enough.
Stuff like that. I think it's just kind of a cool, dark comedy.
Nothing wrong with that. Everybody got their taste, and I'll be honest, Papa Seth, a big fan of like the old Silver Age movies, and this is one I'm going to take under advisement actually to check out. It does sound familiar. I might have seen it like way back in the day, but
If you
yeah.
have access to Turner Classic Movies, they do run it occasionally.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's in the bank of movies that they have on their app. It'll be there.
Even with a VPN, I can't get it up here. We used to have it up here, but yeah, they need the cable provider for that, and I don't have
I
another
technically don't have a cable provider, so but
Yeah.
I have access to it.
Let's see if I can find my way around it.
I have some friends.
You have some friends that know a person that know a guy?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I don't abuse that privilege because it is a privilege.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, because that's how I watched my college basketball games.
There you go. Who you rooting for in the college?
I'm in North Carolina.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah,
I do not do a University of North Carolina. I will go ahead and tell the whole world, whoever's listening, I am not a Tar Heel and will never be. I am a Duke Blue Devil, and I will go to my grave being a Duke Blue Devil. And I've been that way since I was like 10 or 11 years old. So can't change me. Too late.
Look at Papa South. I'm like, 40 minutes away from Toronto, and I'm a Detroit Tigers fan. All right, so I hear you. As long as you're not a Georgetown Hoyas girl, it's all good.
I am never going to be anything other than Duke Blue.
Fair enough. So this one, just before you start, I could always say, whenever it comes on, not even so much this actually when it comes on, it's just, let's say if treat my mom to some McDonald's or something like that, and we got all the seagulls flying around looking for fries.
They're everywhere.
The dumpster. It's the first thing my mom references is this movie, and she always says like, for like a drive-through or just having like a meal in the parking lot or something like that, she's just like, that's what it reminds me of. So go for it.
And this isn't my introduction into Alfred Hitchcock. My gateway into Alfred Hitchcock movies was Psycho. But I do love this movie because it's a normal everyday thing. Just like you were saying. You were sitting in the parking lot watching seagulls, and the first thing that comes to your mom's mind is this movie. It is a trigger.
100%.
But it's based upon a book, but it's also based upon something that actually happened in California. They had some toxic seaweed that birds were getting a hold of, and it drove them crazy to do things like this. Yes. So it's based in some fact. All right.
Now, refresh my memory. Was it the ring or like the locket or something she was wearing in this one that was making them go cuckoo?
No, it was something in the feed that was the farmers were giving their animals.
And the birds that were eating it in this take.
Yes. Yes. And here's a fun fact for you, which I didn't even know this until, me doing that research. Disney Animation actually had a hand in creating some of the bird scenes.
Interesting.
Yes. I thought so too. I was like, damn, old Walt Disney getting into the horror movies early.
Wow.
So yeah. But I mean, it's really interesting too that Tippi Hedren, went on. She's, she loves animals. She's an animal advocate.
Yep.
And I wonder if this triggered her to become one or not. She won a Golden Globe New Star Award from being in this movie.
Now that I did not know, but that is actually an interesting little factoid for sure. as far as her animal advocacy, probably did one of two things. It probably made her love her animals that much stronger. She probably hated birds. She probably hated birds a little bit more. And we know one group of people that made a killing on this movie was the newspaper people, because they were constantly putting it down for all the birds to fucking shit on. So,
ha 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 ha. But you know, she is the grandmother to Dakota Johnson. No, sorry.
No, that's okay. Now I'm just trying to remember who Dakota Johnson is. I know the name's ringing the bell.
50 Shades of Grey girl.
Oh.
Madam Web girl.
I like the
only has one facial expression.
Rosario Dawson.
She's just.
I've always preferred the Star Trek version, which is 50 Shades of Earl Grey, but it's yeah. And you know what? Like, let's be honest. Alfred Hitchcock has put out some good ones over the years.
Yes, I mean.
No, wait. Do you know what? Well, not to say he hasn't put out some good ones, but I'm thinking Twilight Zone with the good old
Rod Serling.
Well, I was actually thinking William Shatner and the
the one with the plane.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you when Papa
he was
said
in other. He has been in other episodes of Twilight Zone too.
Well, there you go.
But that's for another day.
Yeah, I took my first flight and I was just looking at that window, going, "Where is that goblin there?" Instead, I just noticed that Earth was flat. And the stars that were just kind of floating
the Earth was flat.
The stars that were floating at a plane level. That's a story for another day, too, folks. If you think that's a pickle, wait till we tell you about the flat Earth being inside the hollow Earth. Mind blowing.
Are we in a Dyson sphere?
Actually, I'll be honest. I really don't know if any of you people, kind of speaking of like spooky things, if any of you people out there are a fan of the Y-Files, if you have not checked it out, definitely check it out. Great little kind of tinfoil kind of hat show, but it doesn't leave you like with the end of the world feeling. It's very lighthearted. I know people who don't even do the tinfoil hat thing, but they watch it just because it is super fun. They have this like little character called Hecklefish, which like makes all the comments that the host can't make. Host AJ Gentile, super awesome dude. Before, when he used to do a show, he'd kind of do a bit of a live stream after for a chat. And he was talking about a seminar that he was watching, which was about the flat Earth being inside the hollow Earth. And in fairness, he is really more of a debunker than anything else, but he's fair. He gives both sides of the coin. And one of my favorite episodes that he does, which is worth checking out, is the moon being like an alien space station. Because for him, it was like one of those, because he does his research, right? And he's like, that was the one he least believed in. And when he was done his research, he's like, now that's the one I most believe in. And there's all sorts of crazy evidence out there to kind of suggest that. But yeah. Has nothing to do with Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds, but I'll tell you, both of them are really, really good watches. And for sure, check out Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds. You'll never go to a McDonald's parking lot the same again. Trust me, it's those seagulls flying around for your fries there. You're going to be like, these things are ready to peck out my face and eyeballs. All right, next up on
this is awful.
Hey, I'm sure you're having fun with this. You're going to get that message later. This was my last show.
No, you'll be getting messages. Do you really want to have her on your show?
You better believe it. We're having a good time here with everybody. There we go. Oh boy, you just mentioned this one.
Yeah, I have 3 on my list that's from Alfred Hitchcock. Like I was saying, this was probably my first scary movie that I chose to watch. Now, well, I can't really say that because a billion years ago, Salem's Lot. I don't know if anyone remembers Salem's Lot.
Vaguely.
But it was a vampire movie, and I don't even know how old I was. But my father, God rest his soul, I had a TV in my room. he was watching the same thing I was watching because commercial break, he knew I was coming out of my room. And he'd be hiding somewhere. And all I had to do was go across the hallway to the bathroom. But rest assured, I knew he was going to be scaring me somehow, some way, and always he got me every single time. And I'm like, I don't know how I survived in that house, being scared to death all the time. There was always something. So I come from a long line of sarcastic, dark people.
Sorry, I just got to point out real quickly. Is anybody else thinking? I believe that's Norman. Oh, I know that's Norman Bates up here, but right here, doesn't he look like Jean-Claude from Bloodsport right here? Just throwing that out there. Okay, sorry. Go ahead on your takes on this film.
I don't know if anybody watched the Ed Gein story on Netflix. Okay, I did. It's a bunch of hooey. All right, everybody knows what hooey is. I mean, there might be some minuscule amount of fact in it, but yes, Alfred Hitchcock had heard about him. This is based on a book that at the very end of the book was when the writer had realized that the stories were kind of like Ed Gein. So, not really based on him, but all right, if he, whoever wants to take that win, okay. But this movie, for me, it's in black and white. So you never see the blood when she gets stabbed in the shower. And everybody knows this shower scene.
And that was a huge one because that was the first real suggested kind of naked lady in the shower type of thing.
Yes. And I mean, they used cabbages and melons, from what I understand, to create that sound.
Judging by the poster, they definitely use some cabbages or melons, but
you're so funny. Oh my gosh.
Now, it's been forever since Papa South seen this one. I do remember it being he is didn't they do a little joke with Principal Skinner? Yes, mother. He was infatuated with his mother.
Yes.
This, I'm telling you, folks, in the 2000s here, I guess the mid 2000s, this is probably what inspired a lot of getting stuck in the dishwasher. Sure, there'll be a couple of people out there to give a little chuckle about that one. Sorry, we do got to give this a big shout out right now to our Dark Lord and Savior, Duck Vader. For anybody, definitely subscribe to his YouTube channel, follow him on X/Twitter. Just a decent human being overall, even though he is the Dark Lord of Duck Vaderness. Definitely check out his material. He's tons of laughs, great takes. Check him out. It's at Lord Duck Vader on Twitter and on YouTube, I believe, as well. Duck Vader, if you're still on and you want to throw your YouTube into the chat there, by all means. Like I said, just a decent dude. Support appreciate all the support and love you showing over our friendship, and it is a genuine friendship, so I appreciate it. Thanks, brother. Sorry.
He is right, but he is right. All hail the duck.
All hail the duck.
But but the thing of it is, if it was famous because, well, she's naked, and you just kind of assume she's naked because she's in the shower, because you don't technically see any body parts.
No,
but you see
don't.
Enough for that time.
Oh, and that was huge, and it's suggestive, right?
Right, and that's the greatest, to me, way to do things, because it makes your mind go, what?
Absolutely.
But it also, for me, when I grew up with a shower door, okay,
Yep.
I didn't grow up with a shower curtain.
Same.
But
We
rest
had the door.
assured, yeah, rest assured, it doesn't matter. You're in your shower, and you're like, "What's that noise?
Yeah, somebody out there. Is
Is there
Anthony
somebody coming in here to kill me?
is Anthony Perkins being a perv and trying to watch me in the shower
Oh
right
my
now?
God, he's dressed like his mother."
Did she get stuck in the dishwasher again? But
But it's, I mean, just, oh man, Janet Leigh, she has the shortest amount of time
but
in
it's
this
so
movie.
effective.
Yes.
It's so effective.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people who have seen this movie know Alfred Hitchcock's daughter is in the beginning of the movie.
That I did not know.
Yes, she was in a lot of his stuff, especially on his television show. And I mean, she was great. She played one of the workers in the office.
Fair
So,
enough.
yeah.
Shout out to the daughter, and again to our little mini Jean-Claude Van Damme in the corner from Bloodsport. Just getting ready to do some high kicks there.
But we all know how it ends. I mean, he ends up being arrested because they send everybody and his brother to. This is what I don't understand. So the private detective doesn't come back, even though he's told the sister that he'd be back. And of course, the boyfriend, he's like, well, la, 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 la. I'm like, dude, go check and see. This is your woman that's missing.
Well,
1960, you should have had better set of balls back then.
well, you know, we got half naked ladies in the shower. You definitely should have had a better set of balls.
Well, she was already dead by then anyway, so whatever.
Oh, sorry, Stoney, real quickly. I watch Psycho at least once a year. If you ever been to where Papa Saith works, I see them every single day. All right. Oh, why is his name escaping me? I'll be honest, I've never seen
Simon Pegg.
I like Simon Pegg. He's a great actor. I've seen him in all sorts. Just a fabulous, fabulous dude. Tell me a little bit about this movie.
Directed by Edgar Wright, written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg.
Fantastic.
The only zombie movie I'm watching. It's it. I don't like zombies. I'm not going to watch any other zombies.
I didn't mind. Did you like Zombie Land?
I didn't watch it.
You know what? We're some hoots, hollers, and laughs for sure.
I just don't like zombies, and this movie feels like I could be in this movie. Would I be oblivious to the fact that there's zombies all around me? I'm just going to the store.
Again, if you ever been where Papa Saith work, and even his last place where he works, you just go at the door, you see the zombies all over the place. They're doing the zombie walk, the zombie roll, and eventually they, like last week, they pull out the zombie meat wagon to take them.
But there is a great cast in it, so we have to say that. And they're from Spaced, which was a Simon Pegg show. Yep. And, you know, he's done Hot Fuzz, all that stuff. And it's usually the same exact people.
And he's been Scotty. Let's not forget that.
Well, yeah, okay.
And he was also in The Boys as
yeah.
So here's
dad.
Yeah. Here's my question for you. Again, I haven't seen it. There's a reason Papa said I don't like zombie movies in particularly. So is this like some type of like plague disease type thing that turns everybody into zombies? Or are they classic real zombies that come out of the ground?
They come out of the ground.
So they're just dead people that come out of the ground?
They are dead people, or you can be turned into a zombie by getting bitten.
Okay, fair enough. Papa South is down with that, because that's one thing Papa South does not like about the modern day genre of movies, is that's always like seems to be some type of disease that's going around turning people into zombies. Papa South misses the day.
This is a comedy. I think, look, if I like it And I look, I've seen Night of the Living Dead, and I keep thinking, why can't you outrun them?
Yeah, I guess this is true, but if they're coming all the way to the ground because they could be buried anywhere, that might be tough. Zombies do rule, but if you ever heard Power Man 2000, there's one zombie that really didn't rule at the end of the day. That's I'll be honest, Papa South like Power Man 2000. Okay, fine, but
I really love this movie. I know a lot of people don't collect Funko Pops, but I do have Shaun of the Dead Funko Pop, and it's got blood all over the box, which I think is pretty cool.
very nice. And we will be doing a stream at some point with all of our collectibles, so we look forward to seeing all your Funko Pops. Do you know what, when we were Nerd North back in the day, before we were Studio South and every other name in between, trying to get subscribers. I know I was telling you this when we were kind of doing a little test the other day on here. Papa South did a Funko Pop giveaway to get a few more subscribers. At Fit King, still one of my subscribers to this day. He was is him and some other lady from Florida. He's out in Texas. He was one of my Funko Pop winners, and still appreciate the love and support if you're out there, brother. I know we do get to touch base every now and then, but a little shout out to you at Fit King, and to the other lady in Florida who got mad at one of my opinions, took the Funko Pop and ran. Hope you're doing well too. That's right. You know, the funny thing is too about that is, like, the Funko Pop, like, it costs more to ship the Funko Pop than the actual Funko Pops cost. That's okay.
Well, you know my problems. We discussed my problems with Amazon today, so screw Amazon. I'm gonna say that for everyone to hear. Screw Amazon. Whatever, Amazon.
And for right now, Papa South.
And watch Shaun of the Dead. Own it on DVD.
There you go. You stick with Funko Pops, I'll stick with Corn Pops.
I think right now, if anybody has Peacock, it is actually streaming on Peacock.
And if you have Peacock, you can get Saturday Night Main Event this Saturday for WWE. For those in Canada, we can watch it on YouTube. It's not available. It's one that Netflix doesn't have for some reason, but you can catch it on YouTube. And we'll see how who is it? Jey Uso versus CM Punk goes down this weekend.
You would know more about the wrestling than I do. I mean, I know some things, but okay. Let's we're traveling back in time. I loved Bret the Hitman Hart.
You know what? Before we go on with the list, if you want a real quick little cool wrestling story, when Papa South was just a little South, Mama South used to work with someone who was a part-time ring announcer for WWF. That's right, before it was WWE.
Before it was WWE.
Yeah. And on Canada, there was a thing called Maple Leaf Wrestling, and they kind of ran the Canadian side of WWF. And so this guy who was a part-time ring announcer was the nephew of the guy that ran the company. Marty, right. I just know you as Marty. He was the nephew of Jack Tunney. Marty, if you're out there, thank you so very much for everything you did. But he would always get us free tickets to like every event, whether it be Maple Leaf Gardens, Civic Center in Oshawa. We got to see all the classics: George the Animal Seal, King Kong Bundy, Andre the Giant, Hogan, you name it. So to this day, and then I kind of grew out of it, let's say during the early 2000s, and then my best friend podcast Patti got me back into it, and we do this whole thing called date night every week, whether it be Friday night SmackDown or Monday Night Raw or the pay-per-views, and we watch it while talking online, and it's always a good little time. And wishing our best to Seth freaking Rollins to come back soon, because at least he's going to come back as a good guy. But again, neither here or there. Let's get to your next.
That was the end of our wrestling break.
Yeah. Again, Marty, if you're out there, I don't know your last name. I think it was McDonald. Again, thank you for all those free tickets and making the four of us kids who could have never afford to see as many as we did. Thanks for making some fun childhood for us. So back to imagine waking up one day and you're in the grocery store and getting a whole bunch of stuff and getting to the grocery aisle and then realizing that you're Gary Oldman. That's how good of an actor Gary Oldman is.
Everyone.
So I've seen this once. So I'm gonna
Oh
let
my
you.
gosh. I saw it in the movie theater when it came out because, well, the selling point for me back then was Keanu Reeves. But Keanu Reeves, sorry, sucks in this movie. He plays Jonathan Harker. And I mean, okay, whatever. It's Keanu Reeves. But his British accent sucks. And he's just he's a plus one. You're invited to a really cool party and he's your plus one. Maybe. It doesn't really stick to the book, but it does sort of kinda, and it's a love story. And oh my god, I'm gonna sound like such a girl. But the Gary Oldman's Prince, when he's not being a vampire, because he can walk around during the day.
Yeah.
With the long hair, and he turns her tears into diamonds, and he would cross oceans of times for Winona Ryder. Oh my gosh.
Until she started stealing purses. But
that was years later.
So
but,
I guess
yeah.
he was the original Blade. He was like the first Daywalker.
Sure. But I don't think he killed other vampires.
Fair enough.
I don't believe he did.
It's been a while.
At least we didn't see it. And Anthony Hopkins is in it. He plays Van Helsing. Carrie Ells is in it.
This one right here, is that Keanu Reeves? Because I was about to ask, is that
the one to the far right? Yeah.
Okay. For a second, I thought that was Tobey Maguire. I was just like, I don't remember him being in that one.
God. Richard E. Grant is in that as well. Yes, he played in the Snowmen episodes of Matt Smith's Doctor Who.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, that's my only reference. And I think he was in the Spice Girls movie as their agent or something.
All I can say is
I told you I have random crap running through my brain.
That's okay. Papa Sam's always been more of a Posh Spice kind of a person, but and if I had to
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if I had to go there too, maybe a little bit of Scary Spice, but whatever. Go ahead.
Tom Waits plays Renfield in this. He's Gen X knows him. He's a musician.
What
been
was he
around
waiting
forever.
for?
I have no idea. He's not my cup of tea. But I love him as Renfield.
We just know he's waiting, Mr. Tom.
Yes,
Waits.
he's
we
just
don't
waiting.
know what he's waiting for, but he's waiting.
He's not Matthew Sweet, who is sweet on Waiting, because that was one of his songs. But okay,
right.
That's another show.
Wasn't very good because it was Matthew Good.
But no, it's directed by Francis Ford Coppola,
who hasn't ever done a bad movie,
right? And I mean, it's cheesy. It's cheesy. I guess today's standards, it's cheesy.
I remember it being all right, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. Oh, do you know?
I just think it's good. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie too, for early 90s.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Fair enough. That said, moving down the list, up the list, whatever we want to call it, is a list.
Whichever one, and I'll try to like not talk about it so much.
Unless it's
something that's my absolute favorite.
This is
black and white movie.
Yeah.
Black and white movie. Okay, based on a play. There's a character in a play. Her name was Rhoda Penmark, fictional character, and they made her into a child serial killer psychopath. Doesn't that sound scary?
think I've met a couple of them before, but
And the actress's name is Patti McCormick. And she actually won. Did she? Or was she? No, she was nominated for a supporting actress role. That's what for an Oscar. And she was just a kid.
not bad.
Back in 1956. And some of us are familiar with Perry Mason, the old school Perry Mason.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Paul Drake is in this movie.
Well, there you
playing
go.
the dad. But yeah, the girl is, oh my God, I've seen it a couple of times. It's usually on Turner Classic Movies around this time. I don't know where else you could watch it. But this girl, you sitting there thinking, man, a good spanking would fix this kid. No, she'll kill you. She will kill you and not even think about it. And it turns out she was adopted. Her story is she was adopted, and her mother was some an Australian serial killer.
Brass Lantern, we're looking at you. Was that you, Brass Lantern?
So, yeah, I would say if you get an opportunity to watch this movie, watch it. And if you have children around that age, watch them after you watch this movie.
You'll never look at them the same again.
Hide the knives, hide the rat poison. Okay.
Well, as long as there ain't no Drew Barrymore and starting fires, I guess.
No, I don't think. I don't remember her starting a fire, but she would kill you. She'd slit your throat.
That's why she's the bad seed, everybody. She's a bad seed.
Bad.
It's like George Costanza when he's trying to win that girls when he's working for the Yankees, and it's like, I'm a very bad man. Elaine was saying he was a bad seed, and it's like, no, he's a really good seed. But you know what? There you go. They need a remake of this with Jason Alexander. I'd pay some good money to see that. That's for damn sure. And the quote, Neon Tardis, check him out as well, at Neon_Tardis, I believe it is on X Twitter. Also check out his YouTube channel. It's a great guy, gave me my start to streaming. To a little ode to him, as he would say, moving along positively here. Definitely, again, another guy, just subscribe. And anybody it's like in the chat today, show them some love. Follow them, subscribe. Podcast Patti, Stony, Duck Vader, again, Neon Tardis. Check them all out for sure. So again, moving on positively. There we go.
My favorite. Now, this is my favorite. I could talk forever about this, but it is based on Oscar Wilde's book, The Picture of Dorian Gray. And yes, it's a 1940s movie. Don't care. Heard Hatfield plays Dorian Gray. You've got, of course, this is on the screen there. George Saunders is in it. You have Angela Lansbury, and here's your little fun fact. She won an Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her role in this movie.
There you go. Then she started writing about murders, and it all went downhill.
Yep. But this story, if everybody knows the story of this picture, it's painted by one of his friends, and it's just a normal picture. But evidently, because this Egyptian black cat statue is watching over it, and he says some things, like basically in essence, he's selling his soul to the devil. And let me just say this. Black cats are not bad luck, and Egyptians would have never made a cat bad because cats were good. Cats were little gods to the Egyptians. So let's just set that straight. So that was my problem back in. I wasn't even around in 1945, but okay.
Didn't they also give them little collars that could talk when spaceship people came in that one movie back in the day?
Sure.
And the other thing, to set the record
it had
straight
a collar,
here,
but it was a statue.
George Sanders is no relation to Colonel Sanders, but sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, so the painting gets, to his house along with the statue. It comes. It's a package, I guess. And he fell in love with Angela Lansbury's character, who is a girl who is basically singing in, I guess, a pub. Okay, so she's beneath him, but he's just in love with her and her song. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm not around in 1945. And falls in love with her, tries to marry her. And of course, George Saunders plays this cad. He is a cad, and tells him to, okay, well, see if she'll spend the night. Then you'll know what kind of girl you got. So he says something, pushes her away. He says, well, if you want to stay, blah, blah, blah. She makes it to the door, feeling all hurt, because I would have told him he could kiss my butt and I would have kept right on walking. She turns around with tears in her eyes, and that makes him totally dump her.
Wow.
Because he sees whatever. So he goes on this craziness. He just goes crazy, like Jack the Ripper crazy. And he starts seeing his picture change, because all of his misdeeds are showing up in this painting. So he
Was it
puts
the
it up.
painting from Ghostbusters Part 2?
It's not. It's not. It's not the painting, although it could be.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, in the end, he sees his picture. Everybody sees his picture. It looks like he's got worms coming out of the face. It's in color. It's in color. It's the only thing that is in color is this painting.
That's a cool touch. Just kind of like the Moonlight by, or Werewolf by Moonlight, or by Night. Werewolf by Night. It only has the one colored thing.
So he's like, he can't live like that anymore, and he stabs the painting. Spoiler alert. And I mean, they've remade the movie. Colin Firth is in it, but I didn't particularly care about it. I like the original better. I know I love Colin Firth.
King's Speech, if you haven't seen it.
Right I've seen it, of course. Kingsman.
Kingsman,
it.
yeah. Fabulous. The King's Speech, if you haven't, folks.
Bridget Jones. Yes.
Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice. Yes.
There you go.
Okay, sorry. Going down the rabbit hole. So anyway, it ends like that, and everybody, all of his misdeeds goes to him, back to him originally. So
it's a movie about karma.
It's crazy. And it's always on Turner Classic Movies. And they always show it on Angela Lansbury's birthday, which is in October.
Well, there you go.
And but they usually keep it in their bank of movies. So if anybody was looking for it, I hope to have it on DVD at some point, but it's hard to find.
Fair enough. Well,
love it.
Everybody,
love that.
Make sure you check it out. It ain't no Murder, She Wrote, but it's supposed to be pretty.
No, but it is. It's scary. It's suspenseful. It's good.
Sorry, I popped that up a little bit early there.
That's fine.
Are
we getting it? Hopefully, we're getting around to the end, I believe.
Yeah, I think we got a couple more on your list, anyways. Yeah. So,
yes, have you seen it?
Have I seen it? I see it every single day when I drive to work.
My God.
I look over my shoulder. I'm like, hey, let me tell you, I've had 2 smart cars, and that rear window is like right there.
Are you smarter than your smart cars?
Oh, I blew the engines in the 2 I had. So, no, I crashed one, and then I blew the engine in the second. Okay. But rear window.
Yes. Very good movie, an Alfred Hitchcock movie. That's the third Alfred Hitchcock movie in my top 10. Has Jimmy Stewart,
Oh, love Jimmy
Grace
Stewart.
Kelly. Yes,
And
Grace Kelly's in it.
Yeah.
Raymond Burr plays the bad
Raymond
guy.
Burr.
Yes. And he has the most beautiful head of hair. And it is in color. He's got gray silver hair. And it is just like, I mean, I know Raymond Burr was gay, but his doesn't stop him from having nice hair.
Wow, fair enough. Like, you know,
Yes. And
that's
Thelma
that's probably
Ritter.
why he had nice hair.
Well, Thelma Ritter plays the housekeeper or caregiver or whatever because, you know, Jimmy Stewart's character has broken his leg. And he's a photographer. He goes around the world taking pictures, blah, blah, blah. And everything takes place from the view of his window, of his apartment. So you can see into other people's apartments. It's kind of fascinating.
It's kind of like a voyeurism kind of movie.
Yes. And he thinks that Raymond Burr has killed his wife. But he can't get anybody to believe him. So of course the caregiver, his girlfriend, who's Grace Kelly, they're all watching. Grace Kelly goes over there to, you know, deliver a note. A dog dies. I mean, just look, I don't want to go into the whole movie. I break it all down because I just recently watched it. But the colors are so awesome in this movie for it to be, you know, from 1954. It's enough. Just, the colors are good. The little mini storylines that go on into the windows are fascinating. How everyone reacts. I mean, it's Alfred Hitchcock. Just a damn good director. I don't care about his personal life. I don't care how he was, whatever. He was a freaking genius. And I dare anybody to tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I shouldn't say dare. I shouldn't say dare, but I mean,
the chat goes wild. By the way, I'd like to appreciate everybody, real shit at everybody who's given us a watch and joining Papa South and Mushy Peasy Peas for the first time with Studio South. Going to be making this a regular thing. Again, thank everybody for joining us today and showing up and giving us a watch. Feel free to pop in the chat. Feel free to hang out. Again, appreciate everybody joining us. But you know what? Papa South does actually remember seeing this movie, and it is definitely worth watching. If anybody else that's ringing the bell, Jimmy Stewart always makes for a fantastic film. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's just as you were talking about, it was like, that's right, I have seen it.
I mean, I really think I mean, it's not horror. Everybody thinks about horror. I'm more of a
thriller suspense.
Right. I want to think about it because that's the way you get me to react to things, is that I've got to think about it. Not just seeing blood is going to do zero for me. It's going to gross me out.
You want something a little more psychological.
Right. Because, I mean...
You want a smart film.
Right. I spent a good amount of years covered in blood. Okay. Because I worked as an EMT, an intermediate, which is it's an in-between level before you become a paramedic. And I'm good. I don't need to see the blood to know what happened.
It's the biggest paper cut you've ever seen, folks. It was just...
right. All right, so what's next?
I think we got a couple more for you, and then we're going to move on to Papa South's list, which is a lot more childish than your list, but there's still some good ones.
Was it going to be Chucky?
No, believe it or not, Chucky's not in there.
Or that mutant thing that's been cloned. Oh,
no,
in between all this, I want to say I watched The Substance. And if you have not seen it, it is a collection of all different movies. All right, somebody just mashed them all together and turned it into what they thought was an original idea. Demi Moore is great, okay, but she really isn't doing a whole lot. It's her clone that's really doing the heavy work.
Well, I would take the original and or a clone or both of Demi Moore.
But
It's not
but
Demi
it's
because you
not
wouldn't say it's
actually
to me tractor
Demi,
trailer.
you know, but it's still good. It's worth a watch. It
Fair
will
enough.
freak you out.
Well,
it will freak you out. And it's on HBO Max right now. If you got that.
if you're privileged enough to have the $5,000 it costs to have HBO Max.
I'm not going to tell you whether or not I'm paying for it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that one. So next up.
Yes, I wasn't really prepared to talk about Christine. I just know that I've watched it a lot over the years.
Okay, so if you're not prepared to talk about it, Cole's notes, folks. Car is possessed, and it can fix
Car's
itself.
Possessed, and it's a nerdy boy who's always being bullied. He puts together this car, and it's another Stephen King.
Oh, that's right.
Hit. Yeah. And this car loves its owner.
Yeah.
Loves him to death.
Literally loves him to death.
Yes.
And when the cool kids come and trash his car because they're so jealous of it, you know what happens, folks?
And it rebuilds itself.
It rebuilds itself. For someone who just put like $1,500 Canadian into a whole brake job on the car, I would have killed for Christine. I would have been like, dude, just like do your own fucking brakes.
Did you just fix your brakes?
Yeah. And Christine, my other car where the alternator's gone on it, I love you for it. But yeah, it doesn't it after it gets possessed, it runs over the kids on the football field and shit like that.
Yes. I am surprised that they have not remade this movie.
Well, just we already see so much of it with the cars being possessed, as CNN will tell you, running through crowds in the public squares of England. But that's a story.
Right.
That's a story for another show.
They set themselves on fire.
Yeah.
Because somebody's got a grudge against a billionaire.
That's just it. Somebody's got a modern day horror movie against a okay, it's a bad grudge joke, but Christine, everybody, it's
it's simple. It's a simple premise,
That's it. Boy gets
it's
bullied.
Not really that deep.
Boy gets car falls in love with boy. Car gets stuck in the dishwasher. And everything else is magic from there, everybody.
It's all downhill from there, and everybody dies.
That's right. Except for the car, because it keeps on fixing itself. Although I forget, but they do put it in the car crusher at the end or something, and then
but it's the radio. In the end, I think the radio comes on.
Okay, I'm glad you reminded me. I thought the spirit went into some kids big wheel bicycle or something like that, and all hell broke loose on that one. All right. Well, what else do we got on here? You got one more, and it's kind of funny because this is kind of how we started the stream, so to speak, before we get onto the Papa's House list here. And it's from one Canadian boy right here to another Canadian boy right over here. And as he would have said in National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, it's not like I'm Wales tonight, Mayor. If anybody hasn't seen Loaded Weapon 1, it is worth it. Oh, get out of here. Do you want to hear something crazy? You're just going to have to talk about it because it's the one file that's not opening right now. And that's just so all
right. The Stephen King's It.
Yeah, you talk about it for a minute.
Well, we have Harry Anderson. We have Tim Reed from WKRP in Cincinnati. We have John Ritter from Three's Company. Harry Anderson, of course, from Night Court. And Richard, what's his face from the Waltons, who played
From the
John Boy
Waltons.
from the Waltons. Yeah, I mean, and Annette O'Toole, which I know her as Lana Lane from the original Superman movies.
Say that
Just in
again.
case anybody. Yeah, Annette O'Toole. She played Lana Lane, and not Lana, whatever her last name is. Lana, the high school girlfriend of Superman in one of the movies.
Well,
Like the one where he went home or whatever. Christopher Reeve's version. The original, the best.
They are the best, and that one's just like really not ringing bells. So here we go. We got the little Tim Curry as it right there, and
beep beep, Richie.
There you go, and a little bit more.
We all float down here.
There we go. Better than this. Welcome to Derry. Which
well, I mean, they couldn't have picked a better person to play Pennywise.
It's funny. I once gave a lactose intolerance person a glass of milk, and I said, "Welcome to Derry."
But
yeah, he is the original Pennywise, and it is hard to move past an original person. As a great example, whether you're Henry Cavill or David Corenswet person, hard to move past Christopher Reeve. Whether you're Michael Keaton, Bale, or Affleck guy, hard to move past Adam West. Although he wasn't the original, there was a Batman series like from the 40s. If you can find it, guys, worth watching. His Batmobile was a regular car. It was so good for like back in the day, and his like horns were floppy on his head and all that shit. But Stephen King classic, definitely worth checking out.
And everybody already knows the story because it's technically the trailer that you played, except better. Because you do have it was a 2-part series that was on ABC.
Yeah.
And it would go from telling the story of how they became the adults that they are. And I think his name was Jonathan Brandis. He was on the show with that went underwater. Oh my God.
He is the evil Bozo the Clown.
No, the submarine.
We all live in the yellow submarine.
Gosh, I can't even think of it right now. I'm just drawing a blank. I know that the dude from Jaws was in this show.
Richard Dreyfuss?
No.
The guy who said we're going to need a bigger boat?
No.
Mario Van Peebles from part 2, who got eaten at the beginning, yet somehow came back alive at the end.
I am drawing a blank. This is sad.
Someone at the yellow submarine. Was it John, Ringo, Paul?
Lord have mercy.
And you're right, Duck Vader. He is the
really
evil
cannot think of his name. What is wrong with my? You know what? That's what happens to Gen X. You know.
There you go. It's more
Jonathan
often than not.
Brandis. He was in
that movie.
Though it was a series, Sequest, DSV.
Sequest. Oh, we all remember Sequest.
But he went on to, as they say on YouTube, unalive himself. That is the dumbest thing.
Yeah,
he killed himself. He killed himself, people.
That's right. He went in the.
He was only 27 when he died.
He went in the submarine from Sequest, took it for a dive, and he's like, "Shit, this thing doesn't have windows," and never made it out. It was worse than that collapsing submarine thing that happened last year that turned everybody into sushi.
Oh God, that was terrible.
Again, we appreciate everybody joining in with me and Mushy Peasy Peas today. And while you're here, if you haven't, even if you're watching on X, hop over to our channel on YouTube for a second, hit that subscribe button. It really, as all the YouTubers say, it really does help out our channel and help us grow. And We appreciate everybody that's given us a sub. And even if you haven't, we appreciate you tuning in and watching. Appreciate the participation in the chat. And appreciate you showing some love to Mushy Peasy Peas on their first inaugural.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who wants, if they think they could tolerate me on a stream, all they got to do is send me a link. I didn't realize how easy it was.
It's easy peasy, mushy peasy.
Mushy peasy.
Yeah, there you go, folks.
Well, look, can we touch on just a couple of things before we head into your list?
We can, but let me do a quick little kind of commercial break type thing here. This one I'm going to give a little bit of music to, just because. Just because. All right, there we go. All right, this one is a quick shout out to the guy who does all of our music, the Resonator. Let me just quickly pull this up for you folks here. All right, the Resonator. He's the guy who does all of our music for all of our videos, our streams and such, intros, outros. Super great guy. I consider him my brother. And he has his new album out, Otherworldly. You can catch it on Bandcamp. You'll also catch it on Spotify. So make sure you check out the Resonator. He's also on Twitter, Twitter X at the Resonator. Fantastic album, fantastic guy. And we honestly couldn't do this show without him. Has all sorts of tunes over the years that he's helped us out with. Recognize that from the opening of our theme song at the beginning. I love it.
It's very 80s sounding.
You know what? Just for a quick shout out to the Resonator again. When he started doing his music, he always had more in mind, like something that sounded more like a score to a movie than to make an actual song. And just hours of albums, and we're checking out every single one of them. But again, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to the Resonator. Again, thank him for always doing the music to all of our shows. And his brother Technotions has even got in on a couple of videos too. Again, all their links are in the descriptions below, along with Mushy Peasy Peas, Brass Lantern, Neon Tardis, Papa South, and Podcast Patti. All our links are in the descriptions below. Okay, so before we get on to Papa South's list,
honorable mentions.
Honorable mention.
You got to see It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, if
absolutely
possible. But it's on Apple TV if you have it. If you don't, buy it on DVD.
And if you don't have it on DVD, I would probably check it. There's a website called Internet Archive. You probably get it on there.
Second is, if anyone loves The Twilight Zone, there is an episode from 1964, season 5, episode 9, called The Night Call. And briefly, it's about this paraplegic, she's paralyzed, older lady. She has a caregiver, and her phone keeps ringing after the storm. So, ring a ding ding. Hello. This is what she hears on the other end. Hello. And it's a dude's voice. So she just was like, what?
Spoiler alert.
In the end,
it's Lionel Richie.
It could be Adele. Sounding like a man.
It could be Adele. I use a Mac.
But so the phone company does all these searches, and the line that is down is in a cemetery. So her and her caregiver go to this cemetery, and it turns out to be her fiance who died in a wreck that she was in. That's why she's paralyzed. The line is on his grave. He's calling her from the grave. Now let me tell you, when you're sitting here and this is the first time you've ever seen it, you're sitting here in the dark watching The Twilight Zone, Tell me you don't get freaked out over that. And then, you also start thinking, well, I wonder if that will work with my dad. I wonder if that will work with my mom. So
I get freaked out. I'd be saying I
it's a
didn't know
little
Lionel Richie
freaky.
was dead.
Yeah, but then, she said, please stop calling me. You've got to quit calling me. So when she gets settled, knowing who it is, and he calls, when she calls him, she just picks up the phone. Are you there? Are you there? And he's like, well, you told me not to call. So I was like, oh, shit. Well, first time he ever listened to her. So that's definitely, and there's probably other creepy, scary Twilight Zone episodes, but that's the one that really gets to me every time I watch it.
Fair enough.
And then there's a show called Thriller, which was hosted by Boris Karloff. Season 2, Episode 6, 1961. You can find it on YouTube. It's called Masquerade. It has Elizabeth Montgomery before Bewitched, Tom Poston, who was a comedic actor, and he went on to be on the Newhart Show. John Carradine is in it. It also features the Psycho House, and Jerry Goldsmith does the music.
There you go.
It has a twist. It's about vampires, and it keeps you guessing who the vampires are. And in the end, when you find out who they are, you're sitting there going, I never even suspected that.
That's right. We never thought the Chubby Checker doing the twist would be a good vampire. So.
Exactly. And there's 2 episodes of the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, which is on Peacock. It's on the Roku channel. It's probably on Pluto TV somewhere. This is the 1962 episode, Season 1, Episode 2, Don't Look Behind You, featuring Vera Miles, who's been in a lot of series. She was in Psycho.
It didn't work out too well for Jimmy Stewart because he was too busy looking out the rear view mirror or the rear window.
But it involves her fiance, and it's it has a twist at the end. Okay. The episode is Don't Look Behind You. And season 3 of said show, Alfred Hitchcock Hour, An Unlocked Window. In the end, you will be surprised who the killer is. And it involves a man being dressed up as a woman as a nurse.
That sounds like everything I read in the news nowadays. So that really wouldn't.
But
be
I
too
understand
surprising.
he goes undercover. He's an escaped convict, and no one even suspects that this person is man. And you don't really see this person until the end, really. So anyway.
This is like, yeah, we thought that bulge was a little suspicious, but
well, I don't think back then, nurses wore dresses. They didn't wear pants like they do now. In fact, you could see a nurse walking down the street and not know she's a nurse. She's not wearing the hat and the little watch and the little dress and all that.
Wasn't looking like Nurse Ratched.
Yeah. And that is that, and that was certainly enough on my side.
Hey, it's all good. We appreciate your top 10 list.
I probably have more. Another suggestion for everyone: watch the Hammer movies with
That's right. With Mr. MC. They're great.
Christopher Lee.
He has big baggy pants.
And Peter, who was also Doctor Who, and he's also in Star Wars, just like Christopher Lee, and they were the best of buddies.
This is true. And Mr. Cushing also wore his slippers on the set of Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yes.
Yep. All right, over to you,
Papa Seth. All right. No particular order. I might, judging by the thumbnails, I might be able to get this in some sort of an order here. But so I'm going to start this off. The Little Halloween 3, The Witching Hour with the great Tom Atkins, not to be confused with Richard Scarrett, which I used to do all the time. But this is the only movie in the Halloween series that does not have Michael Myers in it. Originally, Halloween was planned to be an anthology series, which is something I think movie franchises should really go with the many stories of. I think instead of trying to do one long continuous story. Halloween, it's there's this company called Silver Shamrock that they're making these masks, and things start to go awry, and people are dying. And I believe even the big baddie at the end is the guy who runs OCP in RoboCop. But has some classic 80s horror themes, some classic 80s horror boobs. And again, just because this has nothing to do with Mike Myers, it's why I love it so much. And for any of you that have seen it, I think it has really good meat and potatoes, where honestly, this could have been like a prequel to The Matrix. I think
Are there witches in it?
There are not witches, so pretty much.
Well, how is it the season of the witch?
Because this company, Silver Shamrock, makes these masks that are killing everybody. Well, the masks aren't killing everybody; they're meant to kill all the kids on Halloween, and it leaves it open-ended at the end. So they have these big giant stones. They mentioned Stonehenge, but they got like otherworldly powers from like the Dark Ages and stuff like that.
Like Outlander.
Yep. And so on Halloween, through the power of these rocks and these commercials and like a subliminal signal that they got going on, it's supposed to make like all the kids die when they put on the masks. And Tom Atkins does great. Nobody wears a sports jacket quite like him. We've all seen the meme with him on the phone, being like, he's just like at the very end, he's trying to get the one station in town to pull the commercials off, and the station has 3 different channels, and of course it pulls it off 2 of the channels, but the one channel's left open-ended. Just really, really, really good good movie again. I can't speak enough about it. John Carpenter film, so it has that classic John Carpenter music in it. Just a really good 80s kind of feel to it. So this is one that Papa South watches every year. I just watched it a couple of nights ago. Most of these I've already watched for the season so far. There's a couple that I haven't yet, because there's a couple I watch on Halloween evening. But Season of the Witch, if you're looking for some good 80s cheese, and again,
Yes.
to watch
that,
it.
I was just thinking about that, right? So if you go ahead and kill all the kids before they bring home the candy, you don't have to take it and have it x-rayed.
There you go. Or just more candy for the parents, because the kids have to come home. The kids have to come home to watch this 3 more days to Halloween. Like anybody that's seen this movie knows the tune. And then once they kick, then the parents get all the candy, which is a pretty decent plan. And that, small town America, and the evil Silver Shamrock factory that produces all these masks. And you got like there's a pretty brutal scene where like it's weird because you got these robots also going around, which are made by the Silver Shamrock company, that look like people, and they're going around. I forget why they're even. I just watched it the other night. I forget why they're killing certain people. I think they're just kind of certain people that are like, hey, something strange is going on here, but they're like
something strange in their neighborhood.
That's
is
right.
Going on.
And do you know what? They had nobody to call at the time because there wasn't a phone in the town. They disconnected all the phones so Ghostbusters couldn't get there. And yeah,
folks, that's good. That is so good.
That's right. And like you gotta love some like yellow gooiness that when they punch these like robot people that comes out. And again, if you're a fan of sports, Jack. If you're a fan of 80s cheese, 80 horror, 80 boobs, and if you're a fan of sports jackets,
but let him specify that he's not talking about 80-year-old boobs. He's talking about 80s boobs.
Whatever floats your boats. They'll never let me back into that senior's home again, but It is what it is. So Halloween 3, The Witching Hour, the only one without Mike Myers, definitely a must for Papa South every single year. And it's weird. Papa South has always been like a crazy Christmas guy, and it was really the resonator, the guy who does our music, who I kind of got him back into like the whole Christmas thing after many years, and he's got me back into the Halloween thing. So now I do some decorations, have a little movie countdown, do some pumpkins, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow. We're gonna hope the workload isn't too heavy after work, and we can get that done. But next on my list.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. Here's one I watched the other night. Just watched this last night. Creep Show 2. There's a Creep Show 1. I believe there is even a Creep Show 3. But
Creep Show 2, I know.
This one, as a kid, scared the bejeebies out of me. There is one particular one where it's like, again, it's a small town, desert town, America. The guy who played Ed in the original Naked Gun series with Leslie Nielsen, though his partner, him and his wife own this little kind of gas station shop, and they have this wooden Indian outside of the shop, right? And he's like, trying to touch it up, do some paint on him. And their Indian friend, indigenous, native, whatever. We're going with Indian, folks, if you don't like it.
Native American, native person,
gasoline huffer. Okay, so
okay. Look, don't be insulting my people.
Well, do you know what? I would never insult Mario Van Peebles. I like that Mario Van Peebles. So they have this Indian friend who feels he owes a debt to the gas station owners, and he gives them forget what those blue are. They opals, the blue rocks. That you usually see. So he gives them like a bag full of those, and of course, kind of like Christine, you got the ruffian kids that come in that night and try to rob him and his wife, and they wind up killing him and stealing these rocks, which of course they are these like ancient like burial type of rock type things as well. And I'll tell you, the wooden Indian comes to life and kills every single one of them for the bounties, and then returns the rocks to the Indian guy that gave them to the shop owners. And I'm not gonna lie, like as a kid, like watching it now, you're just like, oh man, that's pretty cheese. As a kid, I don't know how many times I ran into my parents' room because of that one in the middle of the night. Scared the bejeebies out of me. Great little film. There's another great one in there where a bunch of teens go out to this lake, and there's a floating dock in the middle of the lake, and they go out to it, and there's this like big giant lily pad thing, and it winds up taking them out one by one, and they don't have a way to get back because they swam to this little floating dock, and they couldn't get off. Another one, some great 80s boobs in that, and it's like a man-eating plant type thing. And again, like even though we had a swimming pool when we were kids, that was one that made me think about twice about jumping in the lake. But another great little short film in that. There's another one in it. It's a lady. She's driving her car at night. She hits someone on the road, and then she tries to avoid it by driving off. And of course, the dead guy just keeps on following her down this road wherever she is. And there's like a chase scene through the forest with like the dead guy stuck to her car.
Oh my god, that just made me think of the Heart song where she picks up the hitchhiker. All I want to do is make love to you. That's what I was like, what?
And speaking of the hitchhiker, if you've ever seen the series on Showcase Review, that's some good Showcase Review boobies in that series too, folks.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, do you know what? Was there one more? I think there was one more in that that's just kind of escaping my mind right now.
There was a wraparound story with the creep and Old Chief Woodenhead, which you've done, the Raft, the hitchhiker, and that looks like it.
Yeah,
except for the interludes that were between each.
Yeah, and there's like little cartoony interludes in between each one. So I'm probably starting to think of the first one now. But definitely, do you know what? Great little one to check out around Halloween time. I think you can have all sorts of fun with this. If you have little ones, maybe not for them. Or if you're sensitive.
Well, any of the Creep shows are pretty good. Like I went to see Creep Show 3 in the movie theater, and
Yep.
it was pretty good. That was
Do
a
you know
long
what?
time ago. I
This
was a
is
teenager.
one I'd probably like to see at a drive-through. I'm pretty sure like I'll never get a chance to, but you never know. But yeah, definitely worth checking out in my opinion. Papa South's opinion for what it's worth. This one I haven't had a chance to watch yet. Hopefully tomorrow night before I get to my other ones. Classic. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Now I know you're moaning and groaning, but do you know why Papa South loves this one? Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna
Because it's on Friday?
Nope. You know what? Podcast Patti, her birthday just passed. It was Friday the 13th this year. I'm just gonna see if I can pull up a file here before I start talking about it. Just because it's explaining why it's my favorite one of all. So give Papa South just a minute here, folks. Oh, I'm already seeing it come up. So now I just gotta.
Crispin Glover is in it. That is why you love it.
Absolutely. But what's even better than this?
Corey Feldman's in it.
Corey Feldman is in it. I gotta remove this from here for a second.
Was there a lot of boob in it?
Believe me, there was a lot of boob in it. There's a lot of Jason Voorhees, and for you guys who are wrestling fans, it looks like Braun Strowman, the big SOB, is going to be our new Jason next, seeing that he's currently unemployed. Give me half a second here.
That's your quick update.
That is your quick update, folks.
From Papa South himself.
You better believe it. Where is my share screen? What makes this even better is just the Crispin Glover dance. Like, how cool is that? And do you know what? Like, and honestly, like this was him, like seriously, just going at it. Like that's how he danced and stuff like that. I can't speak enough about this actor. He was
in the first Charlie's Angels movie as a bad guy.
Yes, he was. He's known as the Madman of Hollywood. Like, and the guy he's an insane genius. If you've had a chance to see American Gods, it lasted I think 2 or 3 seasons. Definitely worth checking him out in that. He's worth checking out in anything. Fast Sofa, not gonna lie, Papa South cried at the end of it. Touching movie. But again, so Friday the 13th final chapter just it has checks off all the boxes. You have a great horror villain. You have the classic teens going away somewhere and partying it up to run into misfortune. Some great actors again, Corey Feldman, Crispin Glover, great 80s boobs.
He's a writer as well.
He is a writer. He's an independent filmmaker as well. In his library.
See, you've sent me down the Crispin Glover rabbit hole, and I cannot stop myself.
Again, I'll tell you right now, if you have the chance to go down his library, it's vast. There's this movie where he's just like, it's like this really low budget kind of independent kind of movie, and he's like this employee. Whenever they ask him something, he's like, I'd rather not right now. And it's like the only thing he says through the whole movie. And it's just fantastic. Willard, if you had a chance to see Willard, if you're not a fan of rats, you might not want to watch that. If you're not a fan of rats, you don't want to be going to New York City or probably Toronto anytime soon either. But that's definitely a must watch every single year on the Papa South Halloween countdown. Again, it's something I probably usually wouldn't have done. Again, the Resonators got me back into the whole Halloween thing, but because I love Crispin Glover, it's the one Friday the 13th I'll watch every year. Let's see what's next on my list. Just trying to think of those two. Okay, so here's one I watched the other night as well. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Easter, Halloween, I gotta fit me in a Fat Albert special. Hey, hey, hey! Who doesn't love Fat Albert when he's not roofying the people he works with? But
Or
yeah,
eating Jello.
or eating Jello pudding pops with the roofies. Fat Albert always had a good little feeling to it. I love Fat Albert too. Like Papa South going to open up the heart a little bit here. This whole world, including Papa South, everybody's different shapes, sizes, whatever. I see a lot of like shaming on Twitter X, on the internet. And you know what?
Yep.
People are beautiful for who they are. Not everybody's got a perfect body. And do you know what? I root for this one. Gave some kids who were a little bit pudgier, kind of like Papa South, somebody to root for and be like, hey, I'm okay, and people can still love me. Like I said, a lot of shaming out there. You don't always know everybody's circumstances. So I do appreciate
Or
health
issues that cause the issue.
Absolutely. And you know what? Even like there's some ones on there I see, and then people are like, oh, I can't believe she's doing this bikini thing, whatever. If that person's comfortable with their body, more power to them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or shaming people who are going to the gym. I mean, hello, they're going to the gym for a reason.
Yeah, do you know you should be rooting that on? 100%.
Yeah, you should be going there giving them a pat on the back.
Another thing I love about the Fat Albert specials, usually the big bad or creepy, in this case, like the spooky, is always some older person who's like lost their partner. And at the end, they kind of see the error of their way, and they usually do a good deed for them, like clean up their house or something at the end, or the old grumpy person, like in the Christmas special, the guy who lost his wife and then was grumpy ever since, finally found it good to help like a new family. So always something, you know, something that we don't have in cartoons or anything nowadays, something with some value, something with an actual story, and you know, some good fun, healthy chuckles. I recommend the Fat Albert special to everybody, whether it be Halloween, Easter, Christmas, Halloween. The great thing about a lot of the animated ones, they're usually a half hour, so they're easy watches. A lot of fun. Hey, Fat Albert is now on his way. Yeah. You know, I have to do that. Check it out, everybody. Everybody loves a little Fat Albert. Next up on my list, watch this one 2 nights ago. Raggedy Ann and Andy, the pumpkin who couldn't smile. Now, this one is going back. Remember my oldest sister, one of her boyfriends who were Raggedy Ann and Andy, back when she was just like at the beginning of high school. They look really good. But Raggedy Ann and Andy, there's probably a chunk of you out here that probably never grew up with them. This one's another really good little tale. This little boy that you can see who's hugging this pumpkin here, he lives with his aunt. They don't really explain why, but we're assuming he's kind of orphaned and his aunt takes care of him. And she doesn't.
It could be the bad seed.
He could be the bad seed or the bad son from the Peter Weller movie, which I think was a sequel to The Bad Seed. Yeah, so she doesn't let him celebrate Halloween. Maybe she's Jehovah's Witness or something like that. But she just thinks it's like bad that kids.
Maybe she thinks it's evil. They can go to trunk or treat at the church.
There you go, trunk or treat. Do you know for anybody that does a trunk or treat in your community? Give it a go. It's really good times. And then, of course, the flip side of the coin is the pumpkin that nobody has ever taken, and the pumpkin's super sad, is crying all the time because he's never been able to smile. He's super emotional, but of course,
we could turn him into pie.
Well, there you go. And who doesn't like to eat a little pie? So pumpkin, Raggedy Ann and Andy concoct a plan to get this boy a pumpkin. And lo and behold, there is this pumpkin again that's never smiled because no one's ever wanted to take it. And I forget the name of the dog with the skateboard that somehow two inanimate dolls own a dog, but that can skateboard at that. But they managed to get this pumpkin and with a little makeshift crane that they make up to the window. And now the little boy who was never allowed to celebrate Halloween and the pumpkin who has never been chosen before are united and become the best of friends. And it's
Yay.
let me tell you, Papa Seth almost cried in that one. Oh, almost turned off the lights and then cried and went to bed. But yeah, do you know what? Again, something from yesteryear. If you're too young to know who Raggedy Ann and Andy are, ask your folks; they'll tell you about it. Or if you have older siblings, definitely one I'd recommend. And again, kind of like a theme here, like with the cartoon ones, it's like there's a lesson. Right, we don't have lessons anymore in our cartoons. It's just they're not even stories anymore. They're just things that happen.
The lesson you have here is turn your pumpkins into pie.
And there you go. Eat
No,
a little
just
pumpkin
kidding.
pie with a little Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
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 Say it right.
Cool Whip. There you go.
With a British accent.
I sound like fucking
Stewie.
Viva. No, it's actually thinking. I know it's Stewie, but I sound like Viva Fry, who's a Canadian lawyer who's on with Viva and Barnes. Worth checking out once in a while. And he likes to say the who, the what, the where. But yeah, not some bad commentators. But again, Raggedy. You sound like fucking Al Pacino. Hoo-wah. Hoo-wah.
Hoo-wah.
And next up on the Papa South watch list for these ones. Oh man, Papa South got to do a little glasses here off for a sec. Oh, okay, I already did that one. Did that one. Just trying to kind of get through. I think I did that one. That's the one I think I just did. Sorry, Papa South's glasses are all fogging up here. Oh, here we go. This is the first one I usually start off with every Halloween season. Garfield's Halloween Adventure. Now, whether it be his Christmas special, his camping special, you know, Garfield's
got it going on.
Yeah, he's not totally been lost to the ages, but slowly but surely fading into the memories of yesteryear. A basic little adventure. It's another one with lessons, right? No different than his Christmas special. Garfield wants to go trick-or-treating, tries to coax Odie into helping him, and he's going to only give Odie one piece of candy, of course, and take all the candy that Odie collected while helping him. They get into a little boat and go off to this island, and it turns out to be slightly sorry. Thanks for the ride, lady. You better believe it, brother. Is that the one where he runs around and says, fuck it? At Lord Duck Vader, you're going to have to explain that one to me because I don't remember that in any Child's Garfield one, but I think that might be the one. He says that to anybody who hasn't subscribed to Duck Vader, and that's valid. So to go off to this little like island where there's this house with this old guy, and he kind of disappears after giving this speech, and then all these like pirate ghosts come in there. Odie and
Arg.
him. Arg! They're hiding.
Shiver me timbers.
That wasn't bad. Well, you know, it's wintertime, so I'm shivering my timbers every morning, scraping windows right now. So they try to escape the ghost pirates, and part way Garfield's going to drown, and Odie saves him. So in gratitude, of course, he gives Odie a full bag of candy. And yeah, do you know what? This shows like Garfield always knows the error of his way and knows how to make things right. And again, it's a really good one. Whether it be this again, the Christmas special. The camping one with the panther, which it's kind of scary in itself, but if anybody ever had a Garfield phone, Garfield comic, in the newspapers,
I had Garfield that you stick to your window.
I got 2 Snoopies that stick to my back window. So when he gets scared, he runs, and I swear it sounds like. Do you know what? Now I know what you're talking about, Duck Vader. I know I've seen the video on that. That would be the one where he does say "fuck it." So there you
Is
go.
that all the way back on Crispin Glover?
No, we're talking about Garfield here.
Oh,
Yeah,
says
believe it or not,
fuck it.
there's a scene where he says something and it totally sounds like he does say "fuck it," but John Arbuckle lectures him later about using bad language.
Poor Garfield.
Poor Garfield. But yeah, do you know what? Again, if you're Gen Xer, grew up in the 80s, wait till we do the Christmas one and I get into Ziggy's Wish, and I will cry just talking about that one. Oh my God. So good. I should really see if Ziggy had a Halloween special, but I don't think he did.
I just like all the Bugs Bunny cartoons for Halloween.
There you go.
Use.
Absolutely. There's a ton of them.
The Transylvania 65000, where he's abracadabra, hocus pocus.
You got a singing voice, I'll tell you that.
Umpire.
You do have a good singing voice there, Mushy Peasy Peas.
Whatever.
So the next one on my list, I'm going to give a little hand rub. Are you a fan of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Rankin Bass?
Yes.
Most of us are, but what most of us don't know.
I own it. I have it on DVD. That's how much I love it.
Not going to lie, every Christmas, it's the last one Christmas Eve before bedtime.
I also have the Easter Bunny one that has Vincent Price,
Also
playing the villain.
I bet you one that you don't have, and one that most people don't know about, and it is
the Halloween one.
You better believe it. It is the Mad Monster Party.
I have seen it, I think, once, maybe.
Just watched it again last night.
Because it was on YouTube, I believe. I found how people put stuff up there, and that's where I saw it. I was like, this is kind of cool.
This is a fabulous, and it's long. It clocks in like at 1:25 or something like that. The Mad Monster Party is Carlos. Help me out here.
Carlsbad, California.
No, the Borloff. Why am I? It's late for Papa's house. Frankenstein.
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff has the voice of Phyllis Diller as well. Has some other great singers in there.
She was the Frosty one or something like that. Or that was something else.
That was another one.
It was a Phyllis Diller.
Right, with her ha 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 ha's, and it's great. So the premise of this is Boris Karloff, who's like this bald guy here in the corner,
the scientist.
He invites all the monsters to his castle for a party, and his little his nerdy nephew there. And at the end of the day, he's ready to hang things up and turn over everything to the nephew. So the girl in the green here, and Wolfman, Frankenstein, Invisible Man, the Mummy, they all concoct a plan to take out the nephew because they don't want him running the show because he's the one that's in charge of all the monsters. And the girl pretends to love him to kind of get him set up to get killed by all of them, but plots keep on getting foiled, and eventually they actually do fall in love, and you find out she's actually another one of his robot creations that just looks a lot better than the rest of them. But a great little movie. It has the classic Rankin Bass feel, some classic Rankin Bass type songs, and I think it's one everyone should add to their Halloween watching list, just because, like I said, if you love the Rudolph, it's very much the same kind of feel. But Halloween, the set pieces look great, the stop motions look great, and it's just a fun little story. And the monsters, they all look good. Definitely, it is a Mad Monster Party. And this is one that Papa South recommends to absolutely everybody. Give it a watch if you can. You
can't go wrong with Boris Karloff.
No, you really, really can't. He's the
man.
He is the man, and so many classics. Like ones like, the quick couple like honorable mentions, like Frankenstein, the Mummy, Wolfman, the ones worth watching that I don't have on my list today. But
The
definitely check
classic
it.
monster movies.
Classic monster movies, cannot go wrong with.
Swamp Thing, The Blob, any Vincent Price movie from back
Yo,
then. The
better
Fly,
believe
because
it.
he's the original Fly, not
Not the Goldblum.
right, not him, but Vincent Price. He's a thriller. He's a thriller.
Okay, before I get into my last three, two quick honorable mentions. Oh, give me one second here. Which one is it? Okay, one of them that's not going to pop up for me because I guess it's the wrong type of file. Beetlejuice. You gotta love the Beetlejuice, everybody. I haven't seen the second one yet, but definitely the first one, classic. Just don't say it 3 times.
Beetlejuice.
It's
Nothing
showtime.
happened.
We got Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, a whole other cast, crew of classic actors. Was it Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin before we all started?
Before he went nuts.
Yeah, before he started shooting people on the set of his movies.
And running them over.
And crashing his car and blaming it on garbage men. And a fun movie, obviously, one that most of us have seen growing up. Is just one really not to miss at Halloween time. And it was kind of, I want to say like your first like kind of big budget kind of like, it's just such a different Halloween kind of movie with a different kind of feel to it. I wound up having its own animated series, which I didn't think was really that good.
Which, if you have the Friendly app, or you can find it on the MeTV cartoon channel at like 8:00 in the morning.
Absolutely.
Just thought I'd let y'all know. If you're into Beetlejuice.
And of course, this time of year, whether it be a dollar store or a big fancy costume store, you're going to have like 100 different Beetlejuice outfits in there. My other honorable mentions: Ernest Scared Stupid. Do you know what one I forgot? There was I don't know where this was Monster Squad, but you already touched on
Burn. You hear me, Burn?
Hear me, Vern. Yeah, the late Ernest P. Worrell. I don't know why his name's escaping me right now. But do you know what? Whether it be Ernest Goes to Camp,
his last name is Varney.
Jim Varney. That's right. Or
it took both of us to come up with it.
So we do make a good team here. Yeah, do you know whether it be Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Scared Stupid,
Ernest Goes to Jail.
Ernest Goes to Jail. There's not a single Ernest movie where you don't laugh at his funny little hijinks and he was just one of those unforgettable characters that no one's ever going to replicate again. And again, that's just a quick honorable mention. So check out Ernest Scared Stupid. This one, like, honestly, this probably should have gone in my top 10 because it's one I like to watch every year, but I'm just going to keep it as an honorable mention for this year.
And for your party listening, you should play Oingo Boingo's Dead Man's Party.
There you go, folks.
That is your update.
Oingo Boingo's Dead Man Party. Make sure you check it out. And make sure you check out Creature from the Black Lagoon. This one was one of my favorite monster movies. If you've ever seen The Shape of Water, now you know where they got the design for the character from. This one, it's a scary movie set in the tropics. It's the classic "The Monster Steals the Pretty Girl." It's it's been a year since I've seen it, and I usually only see it once a year. Also great because like this is like real underwater shooting stuff. Like
it had seaweed in it. It was in black and white, right?
It was in black and white. And like like in a big suit like that, you better believe like that's not the easiest underwater stuff to be doing.
Yeah, Sven Gulli on the MeTV thing on the channel. Saturday nights they do scary movies, and they'll usually do a run of these types of movies, especially when we're getting close to Halloween. They get the bigger movies like this one.
What
I
was
would
the name
consider
of that
this
again?
Svengoolie. It's just one word.
Svengoolie, kind of like
Yeah.
Svengali, but it's a play on that. So
Yeah, and he dresses up. He has white face and all this kind of. He looks scary, like a ghoul.
fair
And
enough.
yeah. But it's on Me TV. If anybody has access to Me TV, it comes on Saturday nights at 8:00.
Fair enough. So, okay, so 3 I watch every single Halloween. I'm just trying to think of what's the order I want to do this in. Okay, do you want? It's one that you already mentioned, but it's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. There
Woohoo!
is no Halloween without the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. I know you do the Funko Pops. I collect the Peanuts collectibles. I'm a big Peanuts fan. It's just it's it's like it's something so Americana, right? Like the best feeling in America is Charlie Brown and Snoopy. It's just such classic. You got the Linus who believes in the Great Pumpkin, kind of like Santa Claus, and that if he waits there, he'll come and pick the most humble. I think it's the most humble pumpkin of all the patches. Charlie Brown in his ghost outfits with the too many holes, and everybody gets all the candy, and of course he keeps on getting a rock. And what made the Snoopy with the flying gear so famous? Ace Snoopy.
Red Baron.
Yeah, Baron. Ace Snoopy fighting the Red Baron. Great little kind of like throwback World War II kind of scene with him flying on top of his doghouse. Kind of a little daydream type thing there. It's great, and of course, why is her name escaping? Sally.
Lucy. Sally.
Sally, who's so in love with Linus, who thinks he's stupid for believing in this Great Pumpkin, but she says, "You know what? I'm not going to go trick or treating. I'm so in love with you. I'm going to wait up all night for this Great Pumpkin." Of course,
isn't that Peppermint Patty?
No, she's Charlie Brown's.
I thought Sally was Linus's sister.
Yeah, so Sally loves Linus.
Charlie Brown.
No, Peppermint Patty loves Charlie Brown, and Lucy loves Schroeder, the piano player. You're talking to Peanuts extraordinaire right here. Like yeah, I know it like the back of my hand. But yeah, like I said, you can't go wrong with any Charlie Brown special. I've seen the complete library. I own most of the library, and every Halloween, even if you're a big kid, if you got kids of your own, pass this on through the generations. Charlie Brown is something we cannot afford to lose as the generations go by. Don't let it be forgotten. Right here, Papa Cinematographer from the heart. Do make sure that you keep the Charlie Brown alive.
Here's my question though.
Yeah.
Being we have streaming and CBS here, that's who always carried all Peanut stuff. We just don't see it as much as, if they didn't start they used to do the Thanksgiving every year. Then they quit for a little while and they said, "Oh, you can only see it on Apple now."
So
then
Apple
last year they started showing it back on CBS.
Yeah. So Apple owns the whole library now. But that said, there was enough backlash for them to show the Great Pumpkin and Charlie Brown's Christmas. Like I said, it's just an American staple, and make America stay strong and make sure that that's something always available to the public. At least those two, bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you all for it. So I got 2 more. This is, believe it or not.
Sorry, I got tune in my head from Peanuts.
So this next one is the one I usually watch last on Halloween, every Halloween, but it's going to be my second last one for my top 10 here. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, a Disney classic. I'm sure we all saw this in grade school. They usually wheeled out the big TV for everybody who watches every
Yeah, but
Halloween.
I watched the one with Johnny Depp.
Oh boy, Johnny Depp and Christopher Walken, and Ray Park, who is Darth Maul, is the guy on the horse. Believe it or not. So, but the classic Disney, and I'm Team Amber Heard. So fuck Johnny Depp. So
I love Johnny Depp. Whatever to Amber Heard. I'm sorry, she needs help.
do you,
Okay.
we'll do it for another show because I do have my gripes, like some very legit gripes. Like I think they're a match made for each other. But we'll get to another show.
That sounds like my ex.
There you go. Yeah, I can't speak enough about this one. Like the animation was great, the music was great. The Headless Horseman, that infamous evil laugh was just it. Anybody who grew up with classic Disney cartoons can, and then we're not talking Aladdin, or we're talking like the
We're talking
Cinderellas,
about Robin Hood with Sir
Robin Hood.
Hiss.
Yeah, Robin Hood with Sir Hiss. Sorry, yes. Peter Pan, the original Snow White. This is classic Disney animation. It is something that's missed so dearly. When Ichabod Crane is leaving the party and traveling through the woods before he runs into the Headless Horseman, like, man, like, like it had a creepy feeling to it, even as a kid. Like, it wasn't enough to like make you like run into your parents, but like this embodies Halloween. This embodies everything about, just that kind of creepy feeling. One I recommend to everybody. Do make sure you watch it. This is like another one, like, don't let it get buried and lost to history. Everybody really needs to give this one a go. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, aka Headless Horseman, which if you do a little history watching there, or history whatever, there is a little bit of half truth to this story. And of course we never do find out if Ichabod Crane got killed, because they do talk about like, oh, he possibly just was so scared he moved away to another town. Well, Papa South got one more on here. So one most people haven't heard of. This is a Canadian production. If you want cheese de la cheese, but this is something we got wheeled into us, and it's one like I watch every Halloween as well. Again, wheeled into us on the big TV, or not the big TV, the TV on the rollers in grade school. You can see it on YouTube. Witches Night Out. It has like, this is the greatest little, like, the characters here, that's high definition compared to what they actually look like. So there's these two kids who have a babysitter for the night, and they kind of wish, that they could be whatever they could be for Halloween. And of course, the town's having a bit of a Halloween party that the witch here, who's not invited to. So she wants to make a muck of the town, and so she starts with the kids, who all say, oh, I wish I could be a wolf man, I wish I could be a ghost. The babysitter Kazooie, which is like the biggest stoner in the world, he wishes he could be a Frankenstein monster, so she turns him into one, and she uses them to petrify all the adults at this party. And all of a sudden, the kids don't like being these monsters anymore, because they just wanted to scare people at first, but then they realized that they were hurting their feelings. And so eventually the town turns on the witch, but the kids and Kazooie convince the townspeople that she's not so bad after all, and she's able all to turn them into monsters for the night after losing her magic wand at that. And it has
She's just misunderstood. She's probably going through the change of life or something.
Yeah,
and
she's your first sympathetic villain there, and it has this crazy little, like, catchy little tune at the end. But like I tell you, it's so Canadian. It's like they don't mention Canada, but you're just like, this is a Canadian production. And Mushy Peasy Peas, make me a promise, spend the 20 minutes to watch this. Like I said, it's on YouTube. It's a
Witch's Night Out. I'll have to. But can we mention one more movie that maybe we both have missed out on?
what's that?
Something Wicked This Way Comes. Have you seen
No,
it?
I have not.
Oh my goodness. All right, if you have access to Disney, it is on there right now. So if I watch this cartoon, you need to watch Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Tell you what, send it to me in my X DM so I have the name, okay? And I'll get
Okay.
it together. But again, Witch's Night Out, everybody. That's going to be my number one. Make sure y'all check it out. A little taste of Canadiana. It's awful, but it's so awful. It's good, and just that little tune at the end. It's all you're gonna be singing for a week. That I promise you. Studio. And with that, that's kind of like our top tens for Halloween. And I think I enjoyed your top tens. Again, you had some really good psychological thrillers that you had to think about, and those are great. They're a little more adult, a little more substance to them. I love that a lot of yours were classics. I'm a big fan of the classics. I miss having Turner movies, Turner classic movies up here. But
Yeah, because tomorrow and Halloween is when they really throw down the gauntlet, and it's all day, all night movies for
they kick into
Halloween.
high gear.
Yes.
And you have to appreciate everybody in the live chat as well that came through. And of course, everybody just watching, whether you Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. I don't think I got the Twitch running right now, but still, whether it be X, Twitter, YouTube, appreciate you coming in. And, definitely we want everybody to have a good and safe Halloween. If you have the kiddies, take them out, have some fun.
Make some popcorn balls.
Make some popcorn balls. Do something
Yes.
from the. There's a big lesson from this stream today. Do something from yesteryear. Make it feel, pass on some tradition to your
Watch
kids.
some Canadian horror cartoons.
Watch some Canadian horror cartoons. But
watch more Alfred Hitchcock.
Definitely watch some more Alfred Hitchcock. Again, if you don't have kids, it's okay. Be the big kid for the night. Be the big kid for a few nights.
You're allowed.
You're definitely
You're allowed. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Have
Do
some
it.
fun with it.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And just make the best of every single holiday. Candy. And do you know what? Don't forget, the best thing about Halloween is November 1st when all that candy is on 50% discount. So
true that.
You got
and
it.
don't
folks.
forget to leave a trail of Reese's Pieces out there for your alien.
That's right. Don't forget that at all. And don't forget to dig up his video games from the big garbage heaps out there in California. While you're at it, make sure you leave some Reese's Pieces out for Papa South, because anything Reese's Papa South loves. So so I think we had a whole lot of fun on today's Halloween countdown. What do you think, Mushy Peasy Peas?
Yes.
I'm glad you had fun. And hopefully you enjoyed your first of many streams with us.
Phew. Well, I guess this is one way to start it off, isn't it?
You better believe it. And I'm really appreciating the fact that you joined us today. I look forward to...
I appreciate you talking me through everything. And, I don't have to have expensive things in order to do it. And I don't have to be looking at 50 billion different screens.
Nope. Do you know what? And to anybody out there who wants to stream, you don't need expensive shit out there to do it at all, right? So,
sometimes it's not about making money.
Absolutely.
And stuff. It's about there's a record of things that I don't have children, so I have no one to pass these things on to. So who knows? 10 years from now, somebody could still be watching YouTube. They'll come across this video and they'll be like, Alfred Hitchcock. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Absolutely. And
or they want to watch a cheesy, Canadian horror cartoon
Dude.
about witches that are misunderstood.
Yeah, and you're right. You know, like Papa South has no delusions about being monetized. It'll probably be like another 100 years, and by the time he is, it'll be enough for a pack of smokes once a month, right? It's about
Maybe it might pay a water bill. Who knows?
It's about community, and honestly, we have a fabulous community here at the Studio South. Some of you have followed us since we've been Nerd North, and that's some years back now. And that's the community is really what it's about. It's about you talk about on the Tardis. It's just like hanging out with friends, right? We got friends worldwide. Right. As Brass Lantern and I say in our little opening, we have friends everywhere, and it's true. It's spans the world, and I couldn't ask for anything more and greater people to be with, and I do appreciate it.
And it's amazing how much, no matter where we live, how much we actually have in common.
Absolutely, folks. Celebrate what you have in common, not your differences.
Yeah. And you can celebrate your differences, but you don't have to be a asswipe to do it.
Absolutely. So that said, Papa South got like just after 5 o'clock in the morning wake up for work tomorrow.
Yep.
So we do appreciate everybody again, live chat, Twitter, YouTube, X, all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody popping in. If you have a chance to hit the subscribe button, give us a couple more subscribers, that'd be awesome. Again, everybody's links are in the descriptions below. Mushy Peasy Peas, The Resonator, Technotions, Neon Tardis, Brass Lantern, Podcast Patti, and of course Papa South. Again, in our descriptions below, you got all of our links to our socials if you want to check out any of us or any of the material that we make or do. And yeah, we'd like to wish everybody's a safe journeys, a safe passage wherever you may be coming from, wherever you may be going to. We wish you safe journeys, safe passage, and thank you for joining us on the Papa South and
Mushy Peasy Peas podcast.
Have a good night, everybody, and happy Halloween.
Woo!
Spooky.
Ooh.
And of course, like now, as I'm like hitting the end stream button and it's not working, but it's all good, folks. Here we go. And happy Halloween. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Spooky.
Appreciate it.
Podcast Patti. Neon Tardis. Technotions. The Resonator. Brass Lantern. Mushy Peasy Peas.
Papa South.